sure is the medicine man. Yes, he's a witch doctor. He is Scottish, so basically he is a witch doctor, shaman. I think he just gives people different flavoured waters and hopefully calls it medicine. And hopefully he is back. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is back. Invite to speak. There we go. Should have an invite to speak now. There we go. He's back. Hooray! I wasn't downplaying your qualifications or training at all, medicine man. Are you there, Shaw? Can you talk? We're not hearing you if you're speaking. Well, we'll get there eventually. Are you with us? Are you with us this time?
Ooh.
Hey, there we go. I was starting to wonder if you had died.
Only on the inside.
Okay, well that's fine because, you know, I wouldn't be attempting CPR if you had.
1 second, let me see if I can get some Bluetooth here. See if I can get this amped up a wee bit. Okay, can you're still hearing me?
We're still hearing you.
And now I can actually hear you. Okay, let's get this thing started.
Excellent. Not amazing quality, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. It's fine.
Smash it. Now, who's first here?
Let's go straight to the top.
Back up we go.
So it's a question for you from Illicit. So I've been biting my nails for as long as I can remember. Doc says it's due to stress. I've even tried that super sour nail polish to help and stop.
Here we go.
But I would just go through that extreme sourness just to bite them. Any of you have any idea of what I could do to stop this? Have any tips?
Well, let's think here. If it's due to stress, and assuming that you agree with your doctor on that, then it is probably fairly deep ingrained, if even just the very, very bad nature of it is enough to, of the not enough to keep you off it. Probably the best thing to do is try and develop a new habit altogether. Instead of just trying to stop yourself from biting your nails, just go to something else. Get a wee band around your wrist and just flick that, or get a fidget cube, or something else. Something that becomes the new go-to thing for once you're getting too stressed. That would probably be the best, and that's the thing I've been taught for dealing with stuff like this anyway. You had anything like this?
Not really. I bite my nails, but to be honest, it doesn't really bother me. So I just carry on biting my nails, in all honesty. So that's not really helpful, but it's the truth. My nails are horrible. Let's go. Let's slow. Next one is also for you, I believe.
Oh, I'm popular today. So next one. Okay. MC, you can go get a red hot bobby right up your arse for that. Okay, let's keep going. The boss man himself, giant fan, gotta love it. So where was this next question?
That was the next question.
That was the next question.
That was the next question.
Okay.
That's right, we've got more.
Creatinine clearance is just, for something like that, is just a giant joke, and Pharmacy Man here just wants to mess with me.
Really?
Aye. Scott, here you go.
Awesome. So, from Matt, is pre-workout necessary? Because every time I lift, I always got an energy to do it, so would pre-workout be necessary? No. If you have the energy to work out and you feel like you don't need that extra boost, then no need to keep adding substances to yourself. If you want that extra energy, then you can have a pre-workout, but it's never really necessary. I have them far too much because I'm addicted to coffee and I need that a little bit of an extra boost in the mornings, especially just because I feel tired, I feel lazy.
Let's be honest, coffee isn't pre-workout, coffee's pre-everything.
Yeah, true. Coffee is just pre the day, right?
Coffee's just pre.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
Just pre.
But yeah, no, if you have the energy to do it, then there's no need to add pre-workout if you don't need it.
No. Alright, next. Also for you.
Also
when
for
should
me.
you deal with these? When should you deal with as a beginner? That's another fun one.
So, the general consensus or the normal rule is that the more advanced a trainer you become, the more frequent your deloads tend to be. So, because beginners are obviously using lower weights, they tend to have lower frequency in their lifts, tend to be 3 to 4 days a week rather than 6, usually, not all the time. And the amount of built-up fatigue that they get from training as a beginner tends to be less and builds up slower. So normally as a beginner you wouldn't have to deload as frequently as, say, someone like, I don't know, MC or myself or the actually strong people in the server. I went through a phase where I deloaded every 4 weeks, and I felt like that was kind of right for me. As a beginner, you might be able to push that to 6, 7, sometimes even 8 weeks, depending on other stats, like, you know, are you male, are you female, how heavy you are tends to change when you need to deload. But as a rough, very estimate kind of guideline, 7 or 8 weeks, usually-ish. If you're not feeling extra strain or extra fatigue, then you can push that back another week or two. If you're feeling tired, if your lifts don't progress, then you can obviously pull that forward a couple of weeks. But around that kind of ball mark, normally.
I could probably agree with that. I mean, I think the main exception there would probably be someone who's going from an extremely unfit or overweight background and then just started going at everything, especially if they're going with something like Jesus ELP, that on your progression where instead of a deload they just do the changing between rep ranges, then they can probably go a hell of a lot longer, a fair few months even without doing the deloads. But 7 to 8 weeks otherwise is probably a good time thing.
Yeah, definitely. There's always going to be outliers. But... Right, next question. Is it correct low-carb diets work so well because without carbs you lose the will to eat? I'm going to pass that to you because I don't know.
Okay. The reason low-carb diets work for the way they do is because most of the Western diet is ingrained in carbs. So if you think about it, a standard day, you might have, I don't know, a bowl of porridge for breakfast. You can't have that. For lunch, you might have a sandwich. You can't have that. And for dinner, you might have stew and potatoes. You can't have that. When you're forced to look at alternatives that is mostly based in vegetables and meats, it changes a giant impact of your diet because vegetables are very starchy. They don't have a lot of caloric value. And meats may have denser caloric value, but you're not able to eat tons of it. It's not so much not being able to not eat, because you can easily fry burgers in butter and lard and then eat a shit ton of those and it would still technically be low carb. It wouldn't be healthy, but it would be low carb. It's also, but in all seriousness, the main reason that people lose a lot of weight initially is because it's water weight. When you eat carbohydrates, it clings onto water. For every 1 gram of carbohydrates, you'll cling onto about 4 grams of water. So when those carbohydrates eventually leave your liver, which is where they're stored, and from your muscles, that will take away a lot of the water with them. That's also why people feel very flat after they go off carbs for a bit. For its values against other diets, unless you're very predisposed to diabetes, there's no real value in picking a low-carb diet over any other diets unless you're very, very far up in competition and wanting to essentially starve yourself of water, but that's not something I think anyone here would recommend. Honestly, just any diet that works for you works fine.
Yep. That was the most stereotypically Scottish meal plan, by the way.
Oi, there's nameless and tatties.
You'll have porridge for breakfast and meat and potatoes for your evening meal. It's yeah, you can tell where you live.
Oi, there's nothing wrong with a good plate of mince and tatties.
Not at all, not at all. Anyway, next question.
Getting a loaf of mother's pride to soak up that gravy.
Yep. Gotta have a full loaf of bread.
Aye. Anyway, next one.
What's the best way to deal with formed checkered douches at the gym who want to correct everyone's form but is bigger than you, so you can't just say STFU man? I normally just thank them for the time. When I was new at the gym and I knew that, when I was small, I still am small, but when I was smaller, there'd be people who did the same and I just kind of smiled at them. Oh yeah, thanks for that, mate. Yeah, cheers, appreciate that, thank you very much. And then just went back to whatever I was doing anyway.
No, I don't even do that. I almost always wear headphones.
So I mean, there is that as well.
So I just go, wet. Eventually they just get so infuriated with me asking what are they saying over and over again without taking off my headphones that they piss off.
Yeah, there is that as well.
Although when I started taking my girlfriend to the gym, getting her started, because we were pretty much just swapping over the machines and swapping over our equipment, no one would bother us.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, we were that couple.
Nice. There's a couple like that in the gym that I go to. It's fun.
Okay. Next one. Is creatinine safe for a 16-year-old? Yes, creatinine's safe. I don't even have to read the rest of that question.
Yeah, basically. Creatine is one of the most well-researched supplements going. Second only to Whey, probably. I'm guessing.
Whey's just powdered milk.
Exactly.
And creatine is just powdered, weird isolate.
Yeah.
It's just a... creatine monohydrate is just a different product of creatinine, which you have plenty of anyway. You already have it in your body. You already have plenty of it. It's just, getting yourself a little bit more. You even get it in your diet. It is a dietary supplement. It won't do you any harm unless you're, choking down an entire can of it from Holland and Barrett's.
Don't tempt me.
Nah, your vault can go for Holland and Barrett's. It's the Waitrose of supplements.
It is, to be fair, yeah.
But if you're doing just your standard 5 grams a day, then there's absolutely no problem with it.
Right, next question.
Deload and 6 week of intermediate Candito, then max is 7 week. It's been a while since I've read up on the Candito, but isn't the max week optional?
I am not actually sure. That's why I was trying to find the program somehow.
Because if I remember correctly, it's either the Deload week or the max week that's optional.
Yeah, either deload or max. I would personally deload and then max, just because it gives you time to decay some fatigue. Talking like the Juggernaut system now. Yeah, if you have a weak deload first, then it'll give you time to shake off some of that fatigue, but also keep the technique in your head, not get rusty. It's only a week, but having that
Calm before the storm.
Week of rest and just having a bit of a deload before maxes normally helps. I know that I normally max quite well in terms of performance if I have 2-3 days rest beforehand. So yeah, I'd say deload and then max. That's what I'd do.
Okay, next one here.
So I just recently started. No, you can go.
You're just everyone loves my voice that much.
I do.
Alright, I just recently started counting my calories, but I don't understand it yet. I want a calorie deficit of 1,000 each day, but from my understanding, a calorie deficit equals the calories you gained, the calories you burned. For the males, is around 2,000 calories each day. Should I include that when I'm counting my calories or not? Okay, when you're counting your calories, you're counting just everything you eat, everything that goes in, absolutely everything. Well, that's all you eat in. When you're counting the calories you burn, you include the basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories that you burn just by laying about doing absolutely nothing. A guy in a coma would burn their basal metabolic rate. Then there's your non-exercise energy expenditure, which is just things you get from walking about, sitting up, doing office work, anything that's not directly exercise. Then on top of that, you have calories you lose from exercise, whether that be cardio or resistance training. Now, if you eat, say, 2,000 calories, and then the sum of all your activity in the day, including your basal metabolic rate and your non-exercise and your exercise, comes to 3,000, then yeah, you'll be at a 1,000 calorie deficit. The easiest way is probably the calculator that we include on the server, because it's an approximation, obviously, but if you put in your standard exercise, how many times you go a week, then that will spit out a good approximation of how many to burn. You can move it up and down as you need, but you include everything when counting your calories. I hope I explained it well enough there.
Yep, we do have the TDEE command that I put at the bottom. That's the website that you can use, and then it will show you how many calories you need to cut to maintain or to burn.
But what I would say is, I wouldn't start off cutting 1,000 a day. That's a bit steep, and you'll probably just make yourself miserable.
That is also true.
Yeah. Start off, if you have to start off high, start off about 500-600 if you have to. You can start off lower than that. Even 250-300 calorie deficit to start off with will give you good results. And the slower you lose it, the more likely it is to stay on or stay off.
Yep.
Okay, next one.
Do you ever need to deload during the PPL if you still progress and don't feel fatigued? No, not really.
No.
I'm pretty sure the PPL has failure protocols. It's been a while since I've read it, but I'm very sure it has failure protocols.
It does. It's a 10% deload if you fail 3 times, if I remember.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, no, if you're still progressing and you're not fatigued, then no, I don't see a reason to. Just keep on keeping on, really.
Indeed. Okay, next. Isn't it better for recovery to rest the whole week instead of deloads? No. A complete rest and a deload accomplish 2 completely different things. A deload helps you continue with form and continue progression by giving your muscles a mild rest while still giving them some stimulus. A complete week of rest is that, it's rest. You don't continue to encourage stimulus, you don't continue to encourage anything. Your muscles will build up in the 48-hour period post-stress, post-stimulus, but then after that, if you don't add additional stimulus, then they'll just sit there. Going through a deload decreases the stimulus. It won't be as intensive as it was for the weeks leading up to it, but they'll still be stimulated. You'll still encourage growth.
Yep.
If you rest for a whole week, then it is a rest, and yeah, it's best to not do long periods of rest unless you have an injury or you're starting to feel pain. Because if you rest for over 2 weeks, then that can start to impact your performance. So it's best to just deal with it. And bicep with back or with chest, honestly, I'd say preference. What about you, Scott?
Usually you train back and biceps. That's normally the pro gym split. Just because obviously a lot of your back work also includes biceps to a smaller degree. I mean, obviously the standard server answer is follow a proper program. But yeah, really, back and biceps is the normal bro routine.
Well, you can do your accessory muscles with anything, but back and biceps, chest and triceps, that's what's ingrained to everyone.
Cool. Next question for you.
Oh, indeed it is. Okay, so used to be overweight with grade 3 fatty liver disease 3 years ago, but now I'm around 82 for a 6-foot guy thanks to controlling my diet. I started working out and aim for a protein content of around 150 grams plus a day with around 2,200 calories. But I'm worried a high protein diet will affect my liver function. No. High protein won't affect your liver function because your liver doesn't really deal with protein. That's more to do with your standard enteric system and your kidneys. Protein in the blood, when it's not absorbed by cells, most of your protein ends up in albumin, which is then filtered out by the kidneys further down the line. Either filtered out if there's an issue with your kidneys or not. Unless you're eating more than, say, 4 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and assuming that your function is normal, then you don't need to worry. But I would not be concerned about having too high a protein diet with your previous liver disease, especially if you're now further on the straight and narrow, getting back on track. And it was 3 years ago, and by the parameters you gave me, you look like you're within a healthy weight. But no, I wouldn't be concerned. However, if you do get symptoms, if you do become jaundiced, or anything similar to what you had before, then obviously go see your doctor, but I wouldn't lose sleep over it. But okay, the next one's also for me.
Yep,
eating raw cookie dough safe? Well, these are the true questions that I came here to answer. Yes, your pre-made stuff is safe. The stuff you make yourself is mostly safe, depending on how you feel about eating raw eggs. Most raw eggs are okay, there's a small risk of salmonella, but you take what you get. If you take the risk to eat raw cookie dough, it is a risk, but you should be fine. But if you eat raw cookie dough and get salmonella, don't blame me.
No, I'm definitely blaming you now.
You blame me for everything.
Right, let's see. Thanks for doing this Q&A, no problem. I usually work out during the mornings, but I'm planning on doing the 1 rep max on Friday. Should I opt to hit the gym in the afternoon instead, and what should I think about? It's about what when you feel most energetic, really. I would hate going to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. I always hate going to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, but
That's what I tend to do, though.
Yeah, well,
if
you know.
If I in the morning, there's no way I'm going to go later in the day. I just know it.
Well, you actually have a strenuous job with long hours. I just work in a shop, so.
But then it doesn't matter too much which way you go.
But yeah, no. If you feel more energetic in the morning, then I wouldn't change that too much. If you want to have more time, if you have more time in the afternoon, then that's always an option. As to what you think about, don't try and make too many large jumps for the 1 rep max tests. Keep to a reasonable, sensible number. Don't try and squat 30, 40 kilos heavier than your actual PB. And
also, I misread that as I plan on doing a 1 rep max every Friday. I was like, okay, wait a minute, slow down there.
Hopefully not every Friday.
No, every Friday might be just that touch excessive there.
Just a little bit. But yeah, no, if you keep in mind to get a good warm up, ladder up in sensible amounts, and then I would tend to tell people to be more conservative with new 1 rep max attempts. There's
tell people to be conservative. That's
Oh.
Hey, oi, I had to
say. Hurt me.
Do you want some cheese and white?
I do. No, I think if you don't make too many big jumps and you make sure you're warmed up nice and well, then it should be completely fine. Just don't do anything stupid.
Okay, next one.
Salmonella worth it. Yep. I agree, salmonella is definitely worth it for raw cookie dough.
Gotta catch them all.
Yep. Next one's for you again.
It is. My favourite subject in med school. And am I planning on specialising in anything? Okay. Favourite subject? I mean, there's a subject I enjoyed the most and a subject I was best at. Enjoyed the most? Honestly, so far, practically, it's been surgery. I have thoroughly enjoyed every experience in surgery I've had. They've been really good with me, and it's a very different thing from the rest of medicine. It's no walking around doing a pile of paperwork. It's very much more hands-on, get in there, grab that organ, suture it up. It's a lot more viscerally rewarding, to pardon the pun. As for subjects, I mean, the best subject for me in medicine was anatomy. I scored very, very highly in my anatomy exams, actually, considering the rest of my year. But I'm no longer examined on my anatomy knowledge, which is a bit of a shame, but also a touch relieving. But, for specialty, I'm leaning more toward head and neck medicine as well as eye medicine, because they're the two surgical specialties that offer a work-life balance, and honestly, I'd like to have a life. I'd like to not be stuck in a hospital for 100 hours a week my entire life, so they're kind of taking it at the edge so far. What about you, Scott? If you could be a doctor, what would you want to be?
I did have a short period of time in secondary school where I was looking at being a what's the word? I've lost the word now. A mortician?
A mortician? Oh, pathology.
Yeah.
Do you like microscopes?
I love microscopes, yeah, they're really cool. I have a microscope for my really cool kid coin collection, actually. But that's a different matter. That's a whole other
you,
side of me.
You took cool, microscope, and concoction, put them in the same sentence there, and I'm not sure how to feel about that.
It's a very, very good sentence. Very valid.
Very valid. Yeah. Okay. Your hobby is valid. I will support you. Okay. This beer is going down too well now.
Oh dear.
Okay. Next. Oh, it's also for me. Okay, what would be the health detriments of following a diet solely based off of hitting your macros and fibers and getting all your micros from supplements like multivitamins? I mean, you could eat at extremely balanced diets, that's actually quite okay. But the thing I'm wondering here is, what shite would you be eating in order to get all your macros and fibers, but not get any of your vitamins or minerals? Like, are you just eating ground up whey, olive oil, and mashed potato with nothing else? Because ultimately, that's how you would go. If you're eating any remotely varied diets, then you will be getting not all, but at least the vast majority of your vitamins. It would be fairly easy if you just mix your veg in here and there to eat a completely fine diet with all of your macros intact. Maybe not down to the exact gram, but at least around that mark. Scott?
What?
Could you think of any way to eat a diet purely based on macros without getting any of your vitamins?
It would be hard. It would be a very non-vegetable diet.
I mean, I'm Scottish. I eat vegetables.
No vegetables, no fruits.
No, even a lot of meats, because your meats contain iron, B12.
Yeah, basically, if you're gonna have any kind of decent diet for your macros, then you're gonna get most of your micros.
Yeah. To do this, you'd have to essentially go vegan without eating fruit or veg. Which sounds contradictory, but
It can be done. Just.
Yeah. Don't tell Dio, don't give me any ideas. Okay, next one. Do you want to read out?
Okay, I'm thinking of starting creatine. I can read, but I'm concerned about the baldness acceleration thing. Should I consider getting a prescription for finasteride along with it? I have thin and light hair, and my dad had pattern baldness. I'm going to leave that to you because that's a medical science doctor question.
Don't bother. Your risk of baldness with creatine isn't that high. It's not something that is absurdly common. And honestly, it's to break this to you, but if you're male and everyone else in your family on your dad's side has had male pattern baldness or any uncles, anything else, then you're likely to get it regardless, and whether or not you take creatine isn't really going to make a big difference there. The difference might be if you bald maybe a year sooner, and that's really pushing it.
Cool.
See, you get straight talk here. No bullshit.
Hey, PPL or bro split? Also, how should one go about training for hypertrophy? Supersets, shorter rest times, thank you. If I had to choose between PPL or bro split, I'd normally say PPL, just because bro splits are not great. Bro splits tend to deal with 1 time a week frequency, whereas obviously PPL is higher frequency. They tend to be better programmed depending on who wrote them, and just all in all, seems to be a better method.
Oh, you're going to hate this. My dad, when he was training for the Highland Games the second time round, he did a split of back and biceps, chest and triceps, legs and shoulders.
Oh, don't get me wrong, they definitely work. But I completely prefer PPL.
It's the legs and shoulders that gets to me.
Yeah, definitely. Or it's like if you have an arm day.
Yeah, arm day.
Just an arm day is is a bit bananas.
Curls and tricep extensions, nothing else.
Yeah. Also, how should one go for training for hypertrophy? Normally, yes, the server standard answer would be follow a program.
Unless you're so advanced that you're having to do resets almost every 2 weeks or every week, then any training is going to give you good hypertrophy.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get stronger without getting bigger, and you're also not going to be able to get bigger normally without also getting stronger. That's why we have the rep ranges command, which is right there, which kind of highlights the fact that rep ranges have a muddier outline and don't really have a set thing of do 5 reps for strength, do 20 reps for hypertrophy.
I mean, you can't go wrong with 5 of 5. Well, you can, but for most people you can.
Yeah. But yeah, like I say, you can do supersets, you can do shorter rest times, that normally helps some, but yeah, proper program, and then go from there. We do have programs available for free.
Next up, Scott, I think you've been given the hardest questions so far for Monad.
How does a thermos know when to keep something cold and when to keep something hot? Unfortunately, I do have a non-disclosure agreement with Thermos, so I can't divulge that information. Otherwise, I'd be sued and then killed.
It's okay, Scott. I heard this.
But I have heard it's magic.
No. The Thermos takes a tiny, tiny sip of your drink to figure out what it is, and then it will heat it or cool it accordingly depending on its culinary taste.
Is that why there's some missing every time I go to my Thermos? Silence.
No.
No?
On to the next. Shh.
I thought it was just like a weird Thermos version of like the Angel's share.
Who knows?
Rip Scott ignored me question. Where's your question?
Okay, question. Oh, here it
Oh,
is.
that one. I always have problems in the winter with tonsillitis, but they don't do surgery for it here in France. They don't do surgery for tonsillitis in France. That's weird. Okay.
I mean, even here, they're a bit more apprehensive about it. It's not like in the old days where it was just, oh, you have some tonsillitis, out it comes.
They are more apprehensive about doing it, but we still definitely do it if it's needed.
Okay, well...
Also had bronchitis recently. You don't know if there is a connection or not.
Probably is, but ultimately it's a case of whether you fill the guidelines. For instance, the guidelines here say you have to have 7 cases of tonsillitis a year, I think it is, or 5 a year for 2 years, or 3 a year for 5 years. So that's how often you really need to be getting tonsillitis before they think about pulling them out, because your tonsils play a fairly important role in immune defense for your oral cavity and your pharynx. So we don't really want to have to take them out if we don't have to, and it is a surgery. It does carry risks. It can damage your teeth, it can damage your mouth. So it is an important risk to weigh about getting recurrent infections and removing these organs, because that's what they are. They are organs and they do serve a function. If you're absolutely adamant, I'd say just keep going to your doctor, because the thing about GPs is if you don't keep going back, they think you're okay. So if you keep going back with the same problem, they will eventually get through to, oh, it's actually boring. I might have to refer them on. But if it's really that bad that you are really wanting surgery, then that's what you'll have to do. Preventing it being like that, you could... I mean, the standard evidence to prevent infections once your feelings are coming on is to gargle saline. So the best thing to do for that is you can buy it from the pharmacy or you can make it yourself, where you just take some salt, mix it with some warm water, gargle it back of your throat 30 seconds, 2 to 3 times a day. That should help keep anything at bay. Your standard paracetamol, cold and flu medication, that can also work. Plenty of fluids and just, I don't know, keep well. Try to avoid getting a chest infection. I know. So. Oh no, Scott.
Oh no.
We have to actually fill the gap while people are typing. We have to have patter.
No, I don't do patter.
You don't do patter.
I don't do patter.
What do you do then?
I just sit around and be awkward. Generally, just stare at people. I don't get invited. I don't get invited out to many places.
Yes. Oh. Any advice on posture modification for squats and deadlifts for people with knock knees and flat foot to prevent joint injury and stuff? You know what? I'll defer to Scott for this one.
Yeah, do you think I have the answer to that question?
You're the here.
Yeah, but I'm also not someone who has knock knees and flat foot, so...
Well, there's nothing medically like about that. So, I don't think of that having knock knees and flat foot would have any difference to your posture for a deadlift or squat. Just, stop if you're injured.
Apparently the medicine man can't help you, I'm afraid. And I definitely
The medicine
can't.
man can't help you. I'm not a good medicine man.
No, you're not a good medicine man. Might have to take the helpful part of your name out.
I mean, that's there for sure. Oh, Scott, here's a question that I'll take half an hour to answer. Where are you?
I am from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. On the east coast, in the Midlands of the country. A wonderful little village in North Lincolnshire called Roby. Is that enough trilling for you, sure?
I feel violated.
So do I. No, so my accent doesn't sound anything like North Lincolnshire because everyone else from North Lincolnshire is a troglodyte. So I sound more like I'm from the south.
He's actually hunting for a job at the BBC as we speak.
Hey, now they don't use RP anymore. They moved.
How did you fucking use at 6?
They moved to regional accents to try and fool the Nazis during the Second World War.
Aye, well, they're not all Yorkshire now, are they?
Exactly. You get actual regional accents now.
Have you been listening to the news at 6?
No, I haven't actually.
Tonight on BBC News.
That was amazing.
I know, love it. Alright, so what do we have here? Monad again.
There's one before that.
Oh, is there?
So some of the programs don't seem to include cardio, trying to come up with a way to integrate cycling via Swift and weightlift. Got any resources or ideas where to take a look at that? No.
Nope, just I know. Do 20 minutes, half an hour of cycling after your workout.
Oh, yeah.
Are you training? Then maybe look at another cycling program and just slash it down, but just doing it for your cardio. Like you would for conditioning, I guess. Add on 20 minutes, half an hour of cardio just on the end of your workout. Scott?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, I know a bit more for running, but not so much for cycling, even though I absolutely hate running with a passion. Okay, on we go.
So, is it correct? An hour and a half to 2 hours of cardio a week is enough for general health, and just for general health again, does it matter if it's hit or less? Yeah, 2 hours. If it's strenuous enough, then that can be completely fine. I believe the NHS guidelines are 30 minutes per day. If I am wrong, please correct me.
150 minutes a week.
130 minutes a week. Okay.
Activity by NHS standards and by server standards is very different.
Yeah, true. Well, the NHS is more for non-gym people. Sedentary people, that's the word.
It depends what you mean by health. If you mean health as in, so I don't collapse on my couch after walking a flight of stairs, then NHS. If you're talking health like able to run a 5k in a reasonable amount of time, then yeah, an hour and a half to 2 hours of fairly strenuous cardio a week.
And no, it doesn't matter if it's HIIT or this. HIIT is, for the people who don't know, HIIT being high intensity interval training or low intensity steady state. So either intervals.
For people who hate cardio.
Yeah, I mean, I love doing HIIT because it takes much less time, and I'm really lazy.
Yeah,
if I can shove all of my cardio into 20 minutes, then that's completely fine for me.
Yeah, 1 hour of cardio done in 20 minutes.
Exactly.
It's a miracle. Player rugby. Being just sprinting around the field is absolutely fine. I can do that all game, but if you ask me to just jog for half an hour, no, that's hell. That is absolute hell for me.
Yep, it is for me as well. So, next question. What do you think is worth it more? Whey protein isolate for more money, or just whey protein from MyProtein? I am fairly sure that the standard whey protein is better value for money. It's cheaper per scoop, and the slight difference that you get from isolate to normal impact whey, I don't believe is worth it.
Nope.
Like if you want extra protein, then just have another scoop, I guess.
There's only one exception for me. MyProtein's clear isolate range.
Oh yeah, that is amazing.
That stuff is pure. Like, if you want protein, but you're thinking if I have another milky drink, I will off myself, then protein clear is the way to go. It's more expensive, but it means that after your hard workout, instead of chugging through that thing of milky, powdery pish, you can have a nice, refreshing watermelon cooler.
Certainly can. Watermelon's a really good one. # not sponsored.
Yeah, # no sponsored. Get the mango.
Oh yeah, the orange and mango is really good as well.
Aye.
I've got both.
Those I've all tried are good.
But yeah, out of the two that you asked, normal impact whey is probably worth it better. But for more info, the clear whey is just incredible.
Aye. Clearly, if you get a chance to try, just have it. You just next time you get just some regular whey, buy one of those wee sample sachets so you can try it and then be converted over to the truth, the light, and the way.
Yep.
No pun intended. Okay, how old are you? You can go first.
I am a very, very young 28 years old.
And I am a very, very old 21 years old.
You don't sound 21.
I get that a lot, strangely enough.
But, you are Scottish, so...
I know. This is when everyone in the chat starts going, oh, no, he's no 21. He sounds about 47.
Well, 21 in Scottish years is about 45 in England years, isn't it?
I mean...
for, like, life expectancy and everything.
Hey, I don't live in Glasgow anymore. Besides, what does your diet currently consist of doing in Lincolnshire? Weird local pasties and pies that nobody outside of your wee town has ever heard of?
Look, right, just because my dinner today was 2 croissants and a bag of gummy bears doesn't mean that my nutrition is always this bad.
Yeah, I had pork for dinner.
I wish I did too.
I know. Okay, after that revelation, let's move on. So, I recently bought diamondized protein powder. Is there necessary limit on how many I can or should take per day? Can? No. Should? Yes. Protein powder is meant to supplement, because getting 160 or so grams of protein a day isn't nice. I will admit it, it is not nice. Nobody wants to eat that much. And if you do, you're insane. It's just a way to make it a touch easier if you're a bit 20 or 30 grams down and you don't face the thought of eating another chicken breast. That's purely all it's for.
Yeah. I normally have 2 a day.
One a day for me. The thing is, I like my pork scratchings.
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying not to eat too many pork scratchings.
Come on, Mr. Porky's calling to you.
I know, but it's so nice, but so bad for you.
I know. Hey, it's keto.
That is true. That is true. Right.
If any of you go keto for whatever fucked up reason, get yourself a packet of Porkies.
Also not sponsored.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Is citrulline malate a good pre-workout ingredient? It can be, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'd say
I
so.
haven't got a comment.
It's one of the common ones. I'm not going to try and pretend that I know a huge deal about it, but it's in quite a lot of pre-workouts.
Mm-hmm.
I've used it as part of a pre-mix with citrulline and caffeine, and it worked pretty well. So, yeah.
Okay, next tier. The best priced protein powder to buy in America.
That is an amazing question to ask a Scot and an English person.
I know. As far as I'm aware, my protein ships to America. I'm not sure if they have high shipping costs or no, but...
They probably have pretty high shipping costs, so unfortunately we can't answer that, because
just
we're,
some chicken and peanut butter and shit. I'm sorry, Bob.
We're lucky enough to not live in America.
Indeed
Sorry,
we
boss.
Yeah.
Is calisthenics good for muscle growth? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Take a look at the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of calisthenics YouTubers who have jacked themselves to the bone, absolutely ripped to shreds, and other fitness-based metaphors that I can't think of.
People
using calisthenics.
Humanity's been around for tens of thousands of years. Gyms were only an invention about 3,000 years ago. We were jacked way before then.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, calisthenics is very good for muscle growth.
Just as good as a gym. A gym is purely more convenient.
Yep.
Okay. About that picture from 10 minutes ago, is there a way to maximize both strength and endurance, size be damned? Yeah, you can try and maximize both training concordantly, but if you're working on both at the same time, neither will reach their peak.
Yeah, basically, you can alternate rep ranges week to week. You can basically do weekly alternating rep ranges. It won't be as good, but it will help a little bit in terms of having like 1 week 5 reps or less, really high percentages, and then the next week you'd go to more of a 12 to 15. It's not great, and to be honest, I don't condone it.
I mean,
but you can do it if you wish.
The typical example here is look at the body of a sprinter and look at the body of a marathon runner. One's trained for size, one's trained for endurance.
Yep.
Trying to get in between there, you're essentially doing the resistance equivalent of training for the 5k. I mean, sure, you'll get good at running a 5k, but for absolute strength and absolute endurance, you're not going to be top at either for yourself.
Yep. Next one. What's the difference between whey protein and whey protein isolate? Whey protein isolate is more expensive, but it has more protein per scoop. It has a higher percentage per 100 grams of product.
It's no worth the extra £10 you have to pay for that.
No. Everyone's saying that you sound like you're in your 40s.
Yeah.
And apparently you sound like Billy Connolly.
I'm Scottish, of course he's going to say so like fucking Billy Connolly.
Perfect.
And is boss man that surprised?
More jealous than surprised, I think.
Well, that have this deep Scottish voice at 21.
Exactly. Voice of an angel. Yes to everything. Alright, next one. This is for both of you. What do you put in the protein shake first? Protein or creatine? I don't put my creatine in my protein.
No. My
I
creatine, I just put a dry teaspoon in my mouth and then just shotgun some water because that shit doesn't dissolve.
Yep, basically. I do the same. Little scoop of creatine straight in the mouth. Follow it up with a really nice, healthy energy drink.
Any packets that tells you creatine dissolves is fucking lying to you. Just accept it, shotgun it, accept your 2 seconds of misery, and move on with your life.
Yep. Any hobbies?
Okay. Oh, this will be a fun one. Go on.
So, I have an amazing, wonderfully fun, and absolutely super cool coin collection that I've been going through over the years. I started with my granddad. It's pretty fun. I've got about 1,600 coins. I think the earliest is from the 1676. It was a trade token from when local companies in different districts wanted to provide change for customers and clients, but because the silver coins at the time were so large and they didn't have any smaller coins minted by the government, they started creating their own trade tokens to fill in the gap for small change. So they had their own company trade tokens, and they had what they were, if they were a baker or like a wood, like they worked with wood or metal or whatever, and then they had the area that they worked as well. So if you were a customer with them for a few times, then you could collect all of these trade tokens, and then once you have enough, you can trade them back to the trader, and then you would get a full silver coin in return. So it's a way of them for like ensuring that they get repeat customers from the local area, and then they get the change back in the form of silver. So I have one of those from the 1600s, and lots of silver.
Plenty of silver
to look at through my microscope because I'm really super cool.
Yeah. Microscope coin collection. You are definitely someone.
Yes, I am. How about your amazing hobbies?
Well, I guess the main one's probably piano. What I'm famed for. And I work part-time as a jazz pianist because, I'm not enough of a fucking hipster. But for that, I mostly jazz, bit of classical, usually just missing about. Actually, what I'm learning at the moment is the theme to How to Train Your Dragon because my girlfriend absolutely loves it.
Nice.
But the thing is, I couldn't satisfy myself with just learning the theme. No, I have to learn the official score, which is really fucking complicated. So I've been torturing myself with that every few nights.
Sounds fun.
It is extremely fun, until, I bash my head against the piano in frustration and reach for the whiskey bottle that's about 2 centimeters across for you.
Cool. Next one.
Cool indeed. Alright. Next. Pterygon or sports massage? I guess Pterygon's some ibuprofen gel?
I have no idea what it is.
Well, I've never had a sports massage except for once, and it was okay. No, I see nothing for that. I'll assume it's an ibuprofen gel, in which case, probably the Pterygon.
Oh, do you mean Theragun? The self-massage.
In which case, I don't know, I've never had that sort of stuff.
I think that's what they mean. I would probably prefer the sports massage.
Okay. One creatine box said not to consume it with milk. Is it safe only with water? No. It is safe in milk, however, it will just curdle within the milk. It will be absolutely disgusting. Please do it, video yourself, and send it to us for laughs.
We have missed one.
What?
We have missed one, just so you know.
Oh, sorry.
What's your favourite type of protein shake? Like, what do you put in it? For example, banana, whey, nuts, milk, etc. I am normally boring, and I just have protein, peanut butter, milk, and that's about it. Sometimes a banana if I'm feeling frisky, but normally just protein, milk, and peanut butter.
I stick to protein clear, but if I'm using whey, I tend not to make it into a shake. I make it into like a nice big yogurt. So what I'll do is 2 scoops of strawberry whey mixed in with a whole pint of no-fat Greek yogurts, a handful of blueberries, handful of blackberries, and just maybe a squirt of honey.
Yeah, sounds good.
It is good. I used to have that for breakfast tons, but then I overdid it, so now I couldn't face the sight of it for a few weeks.
Yep.
Okay, there's the boss man being traumatized by me again.
Quite the numismatic, yes indeed. Well, next one's for you.
Do I actually lift? Well, attack. I do lift, not so much now because I've been on 12-hour shifts and the gym's just kind of gone. But no, I do lift. I did it initially for rugby, but honestly, it's therapeutic to just go there and just shove things along.
Yep.
But no, I do indeed lift, as surprising as it may seem.
Cool.
Okay, next one.
Well, next one's for you as well.
Oh, yes. I've gained about a kilo, but they've been open there for about 7 months now, so I think I'm doing pretty well myself. But today we went down, and we're really good friends with the Polish lassie that runs it now. So it was my girlfriend's turn to pay. She paid about $7.50 for the things we got, but we also got 2 cupcakes, 2 giant cookies, a Christmas brownie, and a packet of home-baked Polish and German gingerbread cookies, all for $7.50. It's fucking dangerous.
It does sound dangerous.
It is extremely dangerous. We've even been there so long that they even just drug us back into the kitchen. It is that bad.
Wow.
Okay.
Have you tried American football? Also known as
What?
hand egg.
Yes, I have once tried hand egg. I hated it. There was no continuity in it. You play for about 30 seconds and it goes.
Yep.
And honestly, the whole having a different offense and defense team throws me off as well. Like, why don't you just all do the same thing? Just, muck in there, get in the ruck. You don't even have rucks. It's disgusting.
As soon as the ball gets anywhere near someone, that's it. Whistle blows. Time to stop, everyone.
Yeah.
Time to stop.
Yep. Have your VT break. Besides, I play as flanker. I don't even touch the ball. I just tackle people. It's great. Okay. What do you guys do to maximise recovery? Sleep well, eat well, don't do much shit.
Yeah. I have hot baths sometimes. because apparently I'm a woman.
I almost never take a bath. Every time I look at the bathtub, I think, oh, I should take a bath, but then I can just never be arsed to run one.
It takes a long time, but no, I recommend hot baths if you can have hot baths. They're probably a placebo effect, but I also like Epsom salts in the bath.
Yeah, my girlfriend has some of those.
It feels nice.
Samples.
Just
I'm
like
sure they do.
half a bag of Epsom salts in the bath, really hot temperature, and then just relax.
One thing I used, especially when playing rugby in the winter, is this thing called oil of wintergreen. Ever heard of it?
I have not. No.
It is, you know, albus oil.
Yes, I know what albus oil. Yeah.
It's like that, but 10 times stronger. You put it on your skin, and it burns, but it feels amazing.
Nice. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I used it. My dad used it. My granddad used it. It's a family tradition at this point.
Perfect. Also, who is your favourite world's strongest man? And I'm willing to bet that I know the answer to this one from you.
My strongest man. Well, what do you think?
I'm going on a limb here. It's a risky move. It's a risky answer. Probably one of the Stoltman brothers.
How did you guess?
I'm a genius. I'm a literal genius.
Alright, it's Tom.
Of course.
Of course, it has to be Tom. Come on.
Okay. My favourite world's strongest man. That is a really difficult question because obviously you have the natural favourites like Jan Paul Sigmarsson. Rest in peace. You have other guys like the Brit Jeff Capes, who was just incredible. And then you have the recent guys like Thor, Eddie, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Jan Paul Sigmarsson. There's no reason to be alive if you can't do deadlift.
There's no shame in that choice whatsoever.
The Icelandic giant.
Indeed. Although we missed a very important question here.
Where's that? Oh, podcast when?
I don't know, boss. Maybe once you get over the shock of me being 21.
I've got more free time than Shaw does.
Who knows? I do have weekends free though. That's one small thing that's going for me. Because my next block is psychiatry, which is a pile of useless 9-to-5ers, so weekends off.
Well, time to start artwork and marketing for the Scot and the Brit.
Aye.
Work in progress.
What are we talking about? Who the fuck knows?
Could be politics, could be food.
Maybe food politics.
Food politics. Nah, that haggis, that's a rum one.
Oi, what are you talking about? Get Cornish pasty in here. Okay. Sultano, I think you're a bit confused. I don't actually hold a medical degree. I'm currently studying for a medical degree. And medical degrees don't come with a specific topic. You get a medical degree. Every doctor gets the exact same medical degree when they graduate. It's then in the 10 or so years after they gain a specialty. So I will graduate in 2023 as a doctor. Then I'll spend 2 years doing basic further training. Then I'll spend another 3 years doing specialist training. And then another 3 to 5 years on top of that doing even more specialist training. Then I'll be what's called a consultant, which is a doctor that can practice all by themselves, doesn't need a team, just house.
Sounds good.
It is indeed very, very good. Okay.
How's everyone doing? We are good. We are good.
We are indeed good. I have a night shift tomorrow, so I get to stay up all night. What fun.
I have a day off tomorrow. So I get to sit at home and look at my coins and decide which ones to sell.
I get to just binge watch still games, so absolutely no different to any other night.
Awesome. How do I become as strong and pretty as you? But you already are as pretty as I am, so, you know, all you need to really do is get stronger than me, and then
Even me.
already better. Train 6 days a week, hate yourself, eat lots and lots of food, hate yourself even more, because I have all the hate. I have all the hate for myself in the world. Anyone who's been in the server for a few weeks will see the self-hatred I have. And then eat some more, and then lift.
Okay, next one. What's your favourite food to cook?
It's that's an amazing question. One of the best things I've ever cooked is probably beef Wellington.
How did I know you were going to say that?
It's just the pinnacle of the home cook, okay? It is one of the best things that you can do. It looks hard, but it isn't hard.
Although, here's the thing. When I made beef Wellington, because I'm no a giant fan of mushrooms.
Yeah, that might be a little bit tricky then.
No, what I did was I made a kind of buttery spinach pate.
Okay, sure.
And I did that instead of the Douches.
No, that's fine. That's fair enough. As long as you have something there, that's...
Yeah, it's instead of just meat, bacon, pastry.
Yeah. No, yeah, my favourite food to cook, I think, in general, is beef Wellington with all the sides. It was an incredible dish. I really enjoyed making it. It's a long process, but it's really kind of hands-on and makes you feel like a chef, even though you're not really a chef, because it's not that hard. There's a few fiddly bits, like getting it like twisted and tight enough for it to not fall apart. And I made the pastry myself, as you should. Gatekeeping.
Of course.
And the pastry is a little bit fiddly, but it's more time consuming than difficult.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh, it does. But yeah, that's definitely my favourite thing. Love it. Especially when you get the beef just right and you get that rosy red in the middle.
Aye, pink in the middle, can't beat it. Now, speaking of nice, juicy, buttery pastry beef Wellingtons, how's your cup going?
Yes, it's going alright. I think I'm down to 106, maybe 106.5 kilos. I deal with cravings and binging by binging. I can't deal with it. I normally deal with cravings quite well, either by eating something that's really low calorie, like cucumbers, like lettuce. It's not really fun, but it gets the job done.
How's your depression?
Oh, that's a completely different question. That is. Just as an aside, my medication actually was upped recently, so that might ask you. It's only fluoxetine.
Ah, piece of piss.
But they're thinking of putting me back on Seroquel again.
Oh, they drink for you.
I know, it's disappointing. But yeah, no. Most of the times I'll deal with it by eating low calorie foods. But to be honest, sometimes I will just binge. I'll just give in and I'll have 2 pizzas. And then having those 2 pizzas will satisfy me for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
I just do the weird thing of whenever I was on a cut, I would get my protein in such dense things as possible, just tons of chicken, all that. Have about 1,000 calories left over and just, shove that full of shite.
Yeah.
It's not what you should do, but it's what I did.
Yep.
Okay.
Next one.
I'm 120 kilos and have really bad gyno, and I don't know if I should cut a bulk first or maybe try a recomp, or did I miss something here? Yes, No, but I did miss something here. It's entirely up to you. If your first thing is aesthetics, and you're 120 kilos, I'd say cut. Because likelihood is, if you're overweight, you probably already have a good amount of muscle there, and if you're already going to start working out, you can afford to lose, and you'll still, if not retain your muscle, even gain some. Ultimately, many roads lead to Rome. You can do any of those paths, and you'll be better for it. If your 100 kilos, maybe recomp or cuts, maybe not go in a bulk, but honestly, all those will work because eventually you'll have to switch to something else. But if you go on a recomp for a good long while, you will hit your goal eventually. It might take a bit longer, but you will, and that's guaranteed.
Yep. Alcohol podcast? Question mark, question mark.
What do you think we're doing right now?
Yeah, fair. Do you think... Also?
Just the fact that the boss man is so surprised at me. I just can't get over it.
He wouldn't be surprised if he saw what you look like. Anyway, next question. Do you think NoFap is the way? No! Next question.
Hey, that's the first question of that type so far, and it's already over an hour in. I am impressed. Not as disappointed as I thought it'd be.
There's time to celebrate.
It is. Cheers. Sanja. Okay, next one.
Next one's for you.
If you've gained decent weight but look the same, gain some more weights. If you're looking at any pictures from gaining weights, then you're either tracking yourself a bit too much, or you're not paying too much attention. You probably have changed and just haven't noticed it. I'd say gain a bit more, and that might just be enough to push you over the edge to see how much that has actually changed.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. Next one's for you as well. I've had a partial subluxation in my right shoulder playing volleyball. I wonder what steps to take for it to heal, and whether I can play again or let it heal. I don't know who's the doc, it's just a general question. Well, I'm not the doc.
Who's the doc? Just hold yourself off for a while. Just rest for a week or two, or however long you feel. Go back to it. If the pain's still there, take a bit more time. If it's sore, you can keep going, but if there's pain, take a rest. Simple as that. And also see your doctor if you have any concerns. I'm your doctor.
Cool. I've nothing to add. I've no idea.
What's your beef Wellington recipe?
I followed Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington recipe.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. He's the angry Scottish chef. Like, who else would I follow?
Yeah, he has the same accent as you.
But yeah, no, Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington recipe is foolproof. It's really well written, and it's just really easy to follow.
The question is, do you actually buy a full fillet of beef, or do you cheat like me and get a top side or silver side?
Oh, I go all out. If I'm cooking beef Wellington, I will go all out and get a full fillet.
I don't think my student loan can take that move, actually.
My job can't take that hit that much.
And yet we both buy good single malts.
Well, you know, you've got to splurge sometimes in life.
Indeed you do.
I have a nice friend in the butcher who gives me a bit of a discount for the full fillet.
Oh, lucky you. I mean, you are buying a full fillet, so...
Exactly. It's still like 45 quid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still expensive, but it's less than it should be, which is always nice.
Okay, next one. Heightened Weights. 6 foot and last time I checked, 88 kilos.
6 foot being 180 centimeters for all of the normal people.
Mm. For all the, non-Brits, non-Americans.
Exactly.
Normal people.
Cucumber sounds like a really good craving combatant. Yeah, it's really low calories because it's mostly water, and it's actually kind of filling. So, I normally eat a full cucumber at a time.
Next one.
Does binging pasta and meatballs work to gain weight? Yeah, it can do.
Yes.
Sure.
But I wouldn't recommend it, but you'll definitely gain weight if you do that. Just maybe not the weight you want.
Yep.
Oh. Do biotypes exist? No. Next question.
Do you guys travel, or have you guys ever travelled? What was your favourite destination? So I spend a lot of time in Norway for reasons. absolutely love the place. Been to Oslo, been to a couple of places on the west coast and a little bit more northern. I have also been to one singular shopping centre in Sweden. Bit of a weird experience, but you know, I managed to buy a really big bag of frozen chicken hearts there, so that was fun.
Fun.
Been to Florida. That was really nice. I was really young when I went there, though. I was 11. We went to Disney World for 3 weeks.
Same here, except it was to Universal.
Yeah, we went there as well. I think we went to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Not to brag or anything. Went to Italy for a week
Mm-hmm.
for a snowboarding trip. That was really fun.
Let's see. For me, I haven't actually gone abroad in years, so really need to get on top of that. But I've been to places like Spain, Portugal, all that on holiday. But the next place on the list is Spain, because I've met my girlfriend's parents on the line and video calls and all that, so I've still to meet them in person. So that's first on the list, and I'm absolutely shouting myself.
Yeah, I'm sure the accent won't be difficult at all.
Hey, her mum's native, but her mum's native to America. She's an American, so she'll be fine mostly. But her dad is pure Spanish, so he's fucked. Okay, so next one here. When was the last time you maxed out, and how often do you do it now?
Oh boy. It's a really awkward question because of obviously COVID. There's been 3 million lockdowns by now, I think. And every single lockdown, like the gyms have closed, and it's knocked back training a little bit more, and I've just kind of had to not train and then get back into training again with a bridge block, and then another lockdown happened, so I had to stop training and then get back into training with a bridge block, and repeat and repeat and repeat. I think the last time I did a 1 rep max attempt was maybe a year and a half ago. Maybe a little bit more, because I did my 150 bench in March 2020. I do sometimes do RP 10 sets, which don't feel the same to me as like maxing out. But my max out attempts have been very few and far between. I feel like just getting another really good quality like block of training in benefits me more than maxing.
Mm-hmm.
That's being said, I am really, really tempted to try 250 deadlift, either at the end of this training period or the end of the next one. Because the end of this one at the moment, I'm doing it's a week 10. You do AMRAP sets, so it isn't like a 1 rep max test or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I am very tempted to do that, finish that off, have a couple of weeks deload, and then move into like a peaking block for powerlifting, so I can try and see what my 1 rep max is at the end of that. So it might not be at the end of this block, but it might be at the end of the next block.
Oh, you've said it now, so now you have to do it.
I mean, I say a lot of things that I don't end up doing, so...
Now we've actually heard you say it, so...
I know I shouldn't have done this Q&A.
Yeah, probably doing it now, aren't you? Okay, next one.
You can have the next one. Medicine Doctor Man.
Medicine Doctor Man. I had inguinal hernia surgery 5 months ago. Okay, I don't even need to continue using that. Just rest. No abdominal strain, no core tense, nothing that requires you to brace, which unfortunately is a lot. No, yeah, I would ban you from any heavy squat and deadlifts too. Right, sorry pal, but no, not much you can do there. Just get better.
Yep.
Okay, next, is there any way to massage the lower back? Aye, get someone to massage it for you. Do you have any thoughts there?
Nope. That's about it.
I know you can buy all those things off Amazon, but I wouldn't waste my money. Okay. Thoughts on how to balance school, eating properly, getting sleep, sports, to go to the gym, and keeping consistent?
Well, it's kind of a hard question because I'm pretty sure neither of us managed to do any of that consistently anyway.
Consistently? No. God, no.
Like, that feels like one of those pictures where you see 5 things and you have to choose 3 of them.
It is exactly that thing.
Like preparation. That's all you can do.
Definitely does help. I mean, for me, I'm really bad for it. I'm on and off purely because I do shift work with the hospital, and on top of that, with studying, just the general can't be arsedness, I'm pretty bad for consistency. So ultimately, it's just doing what you can do.
Yeah, so stuff like eating properly, you can meal prep. Quality sleep is like making sure you have a set bedtime. I know it sounds like you're turning into a child, but
go to bed, kids.
Having a set bedtime and having a set time where I say, right, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, it doesn't matter if I'm speaking to someone, it gets to this time, it's 11 o'clock for me, everything gets shut off and I'm going to bed. So having that kind of routine.
At 10 o'clock in the evening anyway, so just pass out.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
You also need to prioritise it. Like, there's things there you can switch, but there's things there you can't. Like, you can't compromise on sleep. You need your sleep regardless, so sleep is up there first. You need to eat well unless you want to get some shitty comorbid disease, so you need to eat. School's important, you don't want to fuck that up, so school. Sports and gym, that comes after.
Yeah. But yeah, just kind of try and pre-plan the stuff that you can pre-plan. If you can get stuff like meal prep done beforehand, then that saves you doing like food prep every single day. I try meal prep for the week. Just kind of putting those things into place that you can then just pick up and start really easily without having to do it all every single day.
I meal prep as well. Not so much for health, but more just to save money. Like, what we're going to eat through the rest of the week, so we just buy everything at Sainsbury's then to just get it sorted.
Yeah.
But I cook most nights anyway, and I don't cook shite if I can be so bold to say so. So cooking definitely helps. If you can cook, then you're fine.
Yep.
Kids, if you
Oh, you're breaking up. Oh no, there we go. We found you again. You were breaking up for a bit. It's fine. It's all good. So you'll be hitting 250 at the end of this block. Let's move on. Move on.
What? Oh, yeah.
Anything in particular to recommend for something quick, easy, and somewhat cheap to do meal prep with? If I'm running out of money, which, is most weeks, I normally just do, like, chicken, rice, and either broccoli or cauliflower. Spice up the rice and the chicken.
My recommendation would easily be mince and tatties.
Mince and tatties is good as well.
Just
yeah.
Because but because pack of mince, pack of tatties, some stock, some carrot. Ooh, who did I want? Got my a bit off of him. When I got a bit older, I started taking a few lessons, mostly to learn sheet music and all that. But most of it I learned from him and just by ear. I'll tend to listen to music and I'll be able to play it, which has got me through not my piano playing career. I mean, I wanted to be a job in a bloody piano bar for all it's worth. But mostly determination. Like once I hit about 15, 16, I decided, you know what, I'm going to square this away. So I just spent a fair time getting well at last year, and well, these. Sultano, do we have these Q&As more often? This is our second ever Q&A together.
I mean, we can have them more often.
We definitely can. I mean, I think it was the boss man himself who said we should start a podcast. Although perhaps now he's traumatized from that after healing in 21.
I wouldn't.
Let's ask. No.
But yeah, no, we can definitely do more Q&As more often. I know
We
the...
have to do more of these, but out of pure curiosity, I need to ask PictureFit himself, what would he want the podcast to be on? Now I'm just curious. Or does he just want to hear a guy with a Scottish accent and a guy with a British accent talk for our lines?
Oh, well, that's no good then, because I don't have expertise.
MC's asked for what? Would you like to say that word, Scott, so people know how it should sound to non-Scottish people?
Oh, before you say it, you mean?
Before I say it.
So there's a particular chocolate bar in the UK, I don't know if it's anywhere else, but it's called a Curly Whirly. Absolutely amazing chocolate, by the way.
It is an amazing chocolate. It's this. It has wee holes in it. It's a lattice and it's just filled with caramel. It's nice, but because of my accent and most people in Scotland, we call it a curly whirly. Yeah, it's a curly whirly. Because we have this hard R.
Oh, you're adorable. Okay, next question. If you ignore that the whole thing is pretty much for money, who are you cheering on, Thor or Eddie? I do not care one bit.
Neither do I.
Thor
yes,
more than
Thor.
anything, because I don't particularly like Eddie. Yeah. And you know, Thor is Icelandic, and Icelandic is Nordic, and Nordic is also Norwegian, so Thor, yeah. Very convoluted way of getting to it.
I honestly couldn't give less of a shit. I'll flip a coin if I had a coin. But just next one. Yes, this Q&A will be uploaded, but I don't know where. I think it's the Scott's channel.
Yeah, it's currently streaming on my YouTube channel, so when it finishes, it'll be uploaded for all eternity.
Just in case you need, my voice as a bit of ASMR to help you get to sleep.
I think I'll use it as an alarm clock, actually. It'll scare me to wake.
Wake up, you spooky bitch.
Yeah, there we go. That'll get me awake in no time.
Uh-oh.
Really high volume as well.
Back off, you spooky bitch. Uh-oh. I think Bossman's clipping my voice out for ASMR.
If I swim Monday to Friday for 2 hours, try to go to the gym 3 days a week, what days should I take rest days, and what days should I try to fit in the gym to get optimal rest in between exercises?
I mean, just however you can fit it in. I mean, if you're swimming every day for 2 hours, that's a fair bit of cardio. So gym on top of that, so you might have bit of a recovery issue there, possibly. What would you say?
It's not great if you're swimming that much for so long. 3 times a week. I'm assuming if you're saying you swim Monday to Friday, are weekends available for the gym? Because I would prefer, if it were me, to have at least one of the days on the weekend, just to try and not have 3 gym sessions followed by or before like a 2-hour swimming session.
Maybe like gym Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, just so one of the gym sessions is off and you still get one full day off a week.
Yeah. I mean, if weekends aren't possible for the gym either, then it'd be Monday, Wednesday, Friday for me.
Okay, Jacksu. Lower back pain due to an injury. To relieve pain, take regular ibuprofen, keep good posture, don't do too strenuous exercise. If you deadlift, don't overexert yourself, keep very good form. And if it gets worse, go see your doctor.
Yeah. Physio. Physios are magic.
They are magic.
They are magicians. They
Expensive.
fixed my back pain. I had a back injury. I think it was 6 or 8 sessions, and it was fixed. So definitely go to a physio.
Okay, next one. What is with you and Norway?
My girlfriend, long-term partner, and all-around general nice person, trademark, is Norwegian and lives in Norway, and hopefully I will be moving to Norway, so I can also be in Norway. So that is why I'm slightly obsessed with Norway, because it's cool. And
I mean,
my girlfriend is from there.
Pal. Of course it's going to be fucking cool.
Yay! Temperature puns.
Yeah, that's the sort of high class humour you get me at.
So I'm breaking rule 5, but my YouTube channel is pinned in the kitchen channel.
Ban him now! I have the chance!
Oh, demote me, boss, demote me. He asked the question, I can't help it.
Okay. Swap
I
roles with me
will hand in my badge and my gun. I'm quite overweight.
Your badge and your hammer.
One we missed. I'm quite overweight. Well, follow-up question. I am quite overweight. Should I eat at maintenance till I recover or lose weight? This is for the hernia question follow-up medicine doctor person.
Losing weight will help your hernia, so I would say eat a bit less.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay, next.
I noticed I have an imbalance in the height of my right and left shoulder. This causes discomfort and uneven muscle fatigue between my right and left arms at overhead press and bench. Who should I see? A chiropractor or a physio?
Should see a doctor to recommend which one you should see, but most likely a physio.
Yeah, normally I can't remember where you're from. Sorry, but the NHS normally you go to the GP and then the GP will refer you to a specialist.
And the GP, in almost all cases for things like that, will refer you to a physiotherapist. But don't go to the physio straight away. Just go to your doctor and they'll say what will be best. And unfortunately, I'm not at my piano today, so very, very sad. I'm in my own private library.
At the moment, I currently take rest on Saturdays, and I usually go to the gym after swimming, like on Tuesday and Thursday. I haven't had any problems with performance issues yet, and I feel like I get enough rest, but I'm not sure about it. Yeah, if you're not having performance issues and you're not feeling fatigued, if you feel like you've got enough rest, then just keep doing what you're doing. If there was a problem and they were interfering with each other, you would know about it. Like either the swimming would suffer or the gym would suffer. So if things are going well and you're not having problems with performance, then just carry on doing what you're doing right now. For my sake.
Oh shit, it's back to our patter. Our non-existent patter. Or, what I have to do now is sing the band song.
I would, but I've already sang today, so...
Let's see. Band, 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 band.
That sounds like it's in like a B sharp kind of key.
A B sharp or C flat?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
B double sharp?
Like a C double flat, I think.
C double flat. Okay. This is... I'll have to write music to this one day, but today is not that day.
Today is not that day. Today is never that day.
No. I'm sorry to let you down, boss man. I'll face that band Ramada.
So I had some performance issues before, but then fixed my sleep, and that felt like finally passing through a hard stage in a game. I know that feeling.
This is what good sleep does to you. You
Yep.
actually get shit done.
Yep. Certainly do.
Exactly. Oop. Multiple people are typing. We're fucking popular tonight. Simple. You don't have my amazing accent. That's the reason.
You had plenty of cues. There were definitely lots and lots of cues.
No. Oh, something we have in hospital. In ICU, and it was like that. We might say someone has a Q sign. That just means they're lying back with a tube out of their mouth. Forms a Q. Or sometimes they're lying back with a tongue out their mouth. That's also a Q sign.
Yeah, that is a very good question. Why is the boss man scared of a rematch in Draw My Thing?
Never scared of a rematch.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
I call bluff.
You're not invited on stage. Get him out of here.
Security!
Christ, not anyone here in here nowadays.
That's the most Joe has spoken in the last 3 years.
I didn't even know he could speak.
Wait a minute, he speaks?
I thought he was just an unfortunate mute.
Well, I guess we aren't otherwise.
Apparently.
So, the podcast of Scott, Brett and Yank has now begun. I know, fucking smashing. Boy, his full name is 13 of the Malholo, not just 13.
We're on first name basis here.
Well, you get friendly really fast.
I do. It's a very good talent of mine.
I know, I'm so jealous. Oh, wow, a question. This is amazing. I've always had bad stamina and endurance when I play sports, but I've been constantly hitting PRs, so I'm having progress with strength. I think we just
I feel like you have, yeah. You're welcome to answer again.
Oh, well, you can train for both at the same time, but you'll never reach your peak. How are we three doing? I'm doing alright. How are you used to?
I'm alright, yeah. I'm tired. I feel like the Q&A's slowly coming to its natural end.
It does seem like that.
It has been 2 hours, almost.
It's been 2 hours.
It has been 2 hours.
Wow.
I know. It's not an hour with me, it's an hour.
Ah.
Do you want to take the melatonin question?
Ooh, let's see. Melatonin question, where is that? Oh, here we go. Was my melatonin question addressed? What was your melatonin question?
So I've noticed that when I take melatonin, my sleep quality actually worsens, and I tend to be more restless and wake up feeling less well rested. Any reason this might happen?
Sometimes people do get the upset about melatonin. We don't really know why, but occasionally it does happen due to, I think it's something to do with acetylcholine being overstimulated. But if that's the case, stop taking your melatonin. Obviously, consult your doctor if you have issues, but if it's not doing you any well, feel free to stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Where are you guys from? Well, we've answered the one for you.
Where are you from, mystery man?
Where am I from? Well, my accent, obviously, London.
Yes.
But, yeah. But no, really, I'm Scottish. I'm from a small town you've never heard of on the west coast. That's quite near Glasgow. I grew up there, and I moved to Aberdeen to study medicine.
Cool.
I know. Story of the sun. Okay, back to the swimming guy. If you want to take a break from swimming to help the bulk, then take a break from swimming to help with the bulk. It sounds like you're doing plenty, so you could easily cut down without having too much of an effect on your overall fitness.
Yeah, I mean, 5 days a week, 2 hours
Any
of
other
time is
sleeping?
pretty intense.
That's a lot. Any other sleep aids apart from melatonin? There's a fair few. Honestly, if you go to any pharmacy, they have an entire aisle dedicated to this shit. Honestly, sleep hygiene's a lot more important than sleep aids. So try and avoid using your phone before bed. I know it sounds impossible, but also it'll make your life a lot easier.
There's a video for that.
Is it a PictureFit video?
Ooh, have you done a video on it?
I think so.
Ooh,
I don't remember.
You think so? Wow, what a great segue there.
How would I know?
How
Yeah,
did
there's a
you know
video
it's
out there.
your picture for anything?
Yeah.
How
You can check
important
it
is
out.
sleep for building muscle? Or how
Ooh,
to
there's
sleep
a video for
better?
that.
Less sleep to sleep better? No phone before bed? Is your phone ruining your sleep? There are many
That might just
videos.
be the one.
Yeah, I actually had, I would say like 3 or 4 about sleep and exercise. Or the most recent one is about the phone, and it pretty much echoes what you just said. It's about sleep hygiene, really. Unless you have something a little bit more serious, like sleep apnea.
We missed it. Oh, sleep apnea. That is a very interesting one.
Yeah, that's something. I'm not a doctor, but it does impact more people than I believe. We believe. So maybe something to consider if it's a chronic issue for you, and these sleep aids or even sleep hygiene is not cleaning it up for you. The doctor can always try to
Hygiene,
see if there's
sleep
more.
hygiene is extremely important because a lot of people will resort to
Yeah.
auxiliary measures to help with their sleep when they don't actually require them. Sleep apnea obviously isn't one of them because waking up over 200 times in a night due to not breathing tends to be
Oh
a
yeah.
bit more serious.
Yeah. You probably know the difference.
For sleep apnea, you can easily go get a sleep test, assuming is causing that big an issue, because the last thing you need to do with sleep apnea is things to make you sleep better. You just want something to make you sleep safer.
Yeah.
As an aside, that's probably something I should do. Because I
That is probably something you should do, aye.
Because I have been told that I stop breathing when I sleep.
You can, yeah, like MC saying now, you can get specialist mouth guards that essentially do a chin thrust inside your mouth. What they'll do is it'll slightly bring your jaw forward and keep your tongue straight, so your glottis won't be shut off, and that prevents your trachea from being blocked from air, which is what sleep apnea is.
Because I'm assuming that sleeping on your back is worse, right?
Sleeping on your back can be worse, but more so if you're overweight.
Okay, because what I've been told is that I snore a lot louder when I'm sleeping on my back, and I also stop breathing more often when I'm sleeping on my back. So, yes, that is a thing that I do.
Yeah, I think that I read it before too, because sleep sucks for me too. That's very common symptoms when it comes to sleep apnea, especially the back thing.
Yeah.
Where you just lie down and either you don't, your breathing sucks and people catch it, or you actually end up just not being able to sleep. Like, I can't sleep on my back. I know that for sure, because I'll hear my snoring kick in, and I'll actually wake up. So, sucks for me. But I'm not sure if I have sleep apnea. I do have poor sleep hygiene, which I constantly trying to work on. So I think solving that for a lot of people should be step one, and then
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a little lost about the sleep thing.
Well, Shaw has muted himself, so it's turned into.
He's gone.
It's turned into a new.
He's back. Did you muted yourself?
No, I did not. I am a bit of a clumsy bastard, it turns out.
You missed it.
Oh, mocht.
Bless you. Gesundheit.
Oh, God. Hey. You should know what I'm saying. I'm speaking protein here.
Joe is rude. He should be removed in some way or shape or form.
Ban.
Like
Instant ban.
Instant ban. Well, I knew it was coming. It was nice talking to you.
Here comes text-to-speech, boy.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
I was gonna shit talk you, but I had to laugh.
Thanks.
Never mind.
Never following through. That's why you don't win the drawing contest. You come in, put the pen down on paper.
Listen, man. I've been asking for a rematch for years.
It's been years.
Yeah, but you're too afraid.
Usually,
Which is understandable.
usually the challenger sets the table.
Oh,
Starts the
okay.
competition.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's my fault. No?
Talk about the popcorn.
Now, I'm here. Like, I was here for 2 hours, weren't I? I was here for the whole Q&A. I never got any challenges set up for me, so
You didn't ping me.
missed it, man.
Okay. No, it's fine.
No, we could. No, like, seriously, I'm pretty sure people will be interested. I wanna see it happen here.
Not tonight.
Here we go.
I'm about to hop off.
That's cool.
Glad to see you here, though, Joe. Always appreciate the company.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, yeah, you love me.
Great Q&A.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
Awesome.
Alas, I have to go. Have a great night, guys.
Yep, you too, man.
Joy?
Cheers. See you.
I think that's the most I've spoken to him in 3 years.
I think that's just the most I've spoken to him ever.
Okay. Are we
think
are we
the
down
Westerns
to the
have
bottom?
smoked.
I think we're down to the bottom.
You guys answered a good amount of questions today.
It looks like we have.
Who's still here? Like, actually leave a message in the chat. Because we see you, apparently 13 listening, but I know you guys probably don't have questions. You guys just listening. Oh, there we are. So, always appreciate anyone listening to anyone here. So,
Of course.
thank you for being here.
Although,
You don't have to ask questions, but we just want to check. There's
I do
pulses
have
out there.
I have a very important question here.
Oh, okay.
If you had to swap voices with one of us, who would it be?
Just for professionally, I'm sorry. I would have to go with Scott.
Ah, yeah.
No,
I mean,
why?
I'm just, social media isn't kind sometimes. But I love your voice, just to be clear. But, if you watch enough YouTube content, it's that accent that Scott has that everyone just likes to just watch. That's what I've been doing the last 2 weeks, actually. Like, videos of games that I don't even play. They just have that accent. And I'm just like sitting there watching it. I'm not even sure what I'm watching.
Yeah.
But again, I can't listen to either of you guys talk. I've been here for 2 hours.
Suck on that, you filthy heathen.
Maybe there's content out there that I haven't been privy to watching. So you have the content that maybe works in the same kind of way. Just listening. Let me know. I'll check it out.
See, this is the thing. I really enjoy doing this kind of content. I do this every single week.
Aye, this is
But-
actually quite good.
I don't feel like I have the content and the capability to keep this up and still be interesting. So, props to you,
Sure.
because you've been doing this for years.
Yeah,
Well,
And you still have
This is
video
my-
ideas.
this is my second time ever doing stuff like this.
You guys are doing great. I think you guys have plenty. Just reading the questions, there's a lot of just very many different questions that if you take either one question and just run with it for like an hour, like podcast, whatever format you guys want to do, pretty sure people would be interested. Like even this whole sleep thing, right? It's not necessarily, PPL and nutrition and all that, but if you actually spoke about it and be informative, and of course people actually like listening to your voices, they're gonna listen for an hour. And yeah, is it really? That's all there is to it. I mean, I didn't go into making videos thinking, people are gonna love my voice, and if anything, is the complete opposite, right? So you guys got it, man. You guys got step one in my book, in my opinion.
Nice.
Step 1, step 2, something else, and step 3 is profit.
Yeah. Step 2 is a little longer, but you figure that out, you're good.
Aye. 5 years, I'll start my own channel where Scottish doctor talks about random shite.
So I'm getting questions now. Have you done a video on sleep posture? No, I haven't. That's a good question, but it's not really my realm. But I guess I can always look into these things. I'm always kind of worried about jumping to things that it's a little bit more outside of the box of fitness. Not that sleep isn't important, but if I need to know about sleep posture, I wouldn't go to me. So I wouldn't want you guys to go to me myself and thinking that I'm going to have a video good enough for you to really answer that question. So I know it's kind of a cop-out, but it's honest answer. Would you rather listen to someone just give you the answer that you want to hear, that they don't really know what you're talking about, or someone at least trying to be as transparent and truthful to you? So you choose. You guys have any questions for yourselves? I don't want to hog your guys' time. I just like being here and listening for the most part.
No, not that I can think of. I mean, we've been here for a while already, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have been going pretty well, so. And it's actually funny because the next question I see, Paro, sorry if I say your name wrong. Best question, Pyro, you hot. Best question of the day. When's the next video? So it's funny because I actually was kind of looking forward to this Q&A, not to I was actually looking for this point in time of the Q&A where you guys are done, because I did want to take the remainder of you guys that are still here to kind of warm up my voice, because I do have to read a voiceover for a new script that I just finished that will hopefully publish as far as a full video as soon as this weekend, I want to say. So that both
Yes.
answers your question as well as helps me prepare
Do you
for.
get a wee clue?
I mean, I was thinking, just for fun, to actually read the script, not to record it because I'm gonna mess up so much, and then you guys can enjoy it, or you guys can kind of figure out. You will figure out what it is, of course, but it's more so like a warm up. So I'm using you guys in a sense, but also it kind of seems weird to do so because I've never done it before. How about I could give you just like a snippet of the introduction, and then you guys already will know what it is, and then you guys can watch the video when it comes out.
Ooh, a wee taster. Alright, go on.
Get the taste of it. All right, here we go. This is strange. I should have thought of this before I actually said it, but I already said it. So let's do it. All right, so here we go. Exercise is the foundation of fitness. It makes us stronger. It gives us energy. It makes us steer. See, this I'm messing up already. It makes us stare weirdly in the mirror longer. Of course, unwanted challenges of exercise exist as well. It gets our muscles sore. It brings up dread when we don't hit a new bench PR for a few days. That's specifically for Scott. And it makes us hungrier. Some people's experience, maybe even your own, might have you believing that exercise makes you hungrier. Exit the gym, the first thing you think about is finding the closest place to fill your face with carbs. And I'll stop there for now because I'm feeling that my voice is getting a little ready. At the same time, I don't want to like burn it. So, but you guys kind of had the idea of what the video is, right?
Oh, I think got a wee snippet right there.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you should just send me the script so I can read it out.
And then just post it like nobody even noticed the difference that I just replace you or replace myself with you.
Yeah, just post it and they'll be like, yeah, something's a bit off here.
Never know, it might work.
So, in terms for the question, for how does creatine work again in baby terms, I feel like I'm the better. I know words. So in terms of baby terms for creatine, how does it work? Essentially your energy system is it uses a substance called ATP. ATP being adenosine triphosphate. Either of you feel like completely free to jump in and tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong with this. But ATP is generally the body's energy source. So when you're working out, running, weightlifting, for example, you're using ATP to create energy. And then when your ATP stores are used up by the muscles, essentially what happens is a phosphate group is lost from the ATP, so then the ATP turns into a substance called ADP, which is adenosine diphosphate, because it's lost one. It went from tri, which is 3, to di, which is 2. So then you have ADP floating around in your muscles because it's been used up as an energy source. What creatine does is it recycles that ADP, because ADP is useless in the body, basically, pretty much, and then it enables your body to convert it back into more ATP. So the creatine takes the ADP that is created from you using energy sources, recycles it, puts the phosphate back into the system, turns it back into ATP, so you can then create more energy for your muscles to use. I think I'm right.
That is mostly right, aye?
That was great.
Okay, cool. So obviously having more creatine in your system allows you to recycle more ADP quicker, I believe.
I can answer this, Pim. It does not have any positive or negative effects. It's just an effect of the additional osmolarity of having more stuff inside your muscles. It's just, if you put more stuff inside something in your body, water will just be drawn to it. So because the creatine mostly goes into your muscles, more water will be drawn to your muscles. I know, I never thought I'd be using the word osmolarity on this call.
Yeah, that works. And then, if you want to make a podcast, you could take 15 minutes to explain what that means.
True, but this is the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Pero said, or Paro, the start of it Okay, the start of this video feels like you finna sell us some like those YT ads. Good, because that's the whole point. I'm trying to sell you to finish the video. Sometimes it doesn't work, but it's cool.
And now I'm gonna serve you my Herbalife.
Oh man, don't start with Herbalife.
Gotta love it. Need it every morning.
It's crazy.
It's crazy good is what it is. Now, this was brought to you by Tenants.
Tenants. The perfect intra-workout substance.
Indeed. Tenants light for when you're on the go.
Yeah.
Okay, deeper understanding, why do you need to take it for a while? Because it builds up. Your body, if you take creatine, it doesn't just stay there. It gets excreted like other things in the body. It goes into your muscles, but then eventually it will weave, hit your kidneys, go out. So you need to keep adding it in so it stays in. I've actually never been to tea in the park. I know I'm such a bad Scot, but I've never been.
Wow, that's terrible.
No, absolutely disgraceful.
Creatine, in fact, didn't make you look bloated. Is that true? It's a freaking subjective thing, of course. So you can link the video if you like, but for the most part, that's what we see. Is it something to worry about for the most part? I wouldn't be too worried about the high bloating, even when you're on a deficit or trying to lose weight. Like taking creatine is usually still a good idea, even if you see that bloat, unless you for some reason need to lose that extra weight, water weight that you see with creatine. I'd rather take creatine to have the performance benefits, especially during a deficit, because you will feel weaker for the most part. And if it can help you with that, then that's better than worrying about any type of very slight bloat you might see with creatine. Getting a lot of questions in, guys.
I know, it's caused a revival here. Ooh, what's this, a podcast idea? Scott, what do you think?
I mean, like I say, I'm always up for recording stuff. I enjoy talking. I enjoy hearing the sound of my own voice. Exactly. We're all very egotistical people.
Indeed, indeed.
So yeah, sure. I mean, I'm up for it. I'm not going to say no. We all have very, very different schedules.
Episode 1, coin collections.
I mean, yeah, I could talk for hours about my coins. Episode 1, World War II coins. Could talk about how the French used aluminium instead of the normal coin materials. Because obviously there was a huge lack of steel and tin and zinc and copper and everything else that's normally used to make coins. So they used aluminium to make coins for about 5 years.
Episode 2, Anglicization of the vocative case in Gaelic for use of English names.
That is slightly more difficult.
Aye, like Hamish isn't actually a name.
Is it not?
No, Seamus is a name, but the vocative of that is Hamish. So
Okay.
yeah, like someone whose name is Seamus is called Hamish, but their name isn't Hamish.
It's Seamus.
Seamus, aye. Like if you're talking about them, you'd say it's Seamus, but if you're talking to them, you'd say, "Oh, Hamish."
Interesting. Because I know a
Fuck with you like that.
I know a single person called Hamish, but he's not Scottish.
They never are.
He's definitely English. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
But he is also called Hamish.
No fucking wonder. Ooh, I'm yawning already. I need to stay up for a night shift. It's not good.
Working tonight?
No, tonight's tomorrow night. But I was working days the last few, so I'm staying up tonight. So tomorrow I'm not too fucked. Gotta love being a med student.
So let's see. I'm trying to find the questions that we've all missed.
Oh, I missed plenty. Kind of hard to read as there's so many today.
Why does my bench press so much strain on my arms and not my chest? I've tried YouTube form tutorials and tried different things, but still my arms. If it's anything like me, obviously your arms are smaller than your chest. I know, shocking opinion, controversial. Usually your arms are smaller than your chest, right? And because of that, your arms generally start to feel fatigued before your chest will. Your chest is a bigger muscle. It won't feel sore or painful or fatigued as quickly as your arms will. That doesn't mean that your chest isn't being worked during bench press. It's almost impossible to do the motion of bench press without your chest. But I feel it in my triceps far quicker than I feel it in my pecs, for example. And as much as I bully myself because of my appearance, I don't think I have a bad chest. I have a fairly decent bench number, and I don't look that bad. It's not a problem. It just means that your triceps and your arms and your shoulders are smaller than your chest, and therefore they're being fatigued before your chest is.
Okay, next one.
Feel free to stop me and tell me I'm being stupid with the answers, by the way, because both of you have more knowledge than I ever will.
But mine's more on the medical side. Let's see, how much water should I drink if I'm taking creatine? Just enough to your thirst. Your kidneys are good. You can trust your kidneys to do the work for you, so just drink when you're thirsty.
I can't trust my kidneys.
Yeah, well, that's because your kidneys are shite. But we don't all have shite kidneys like you now, do we?
Hey, there's only one that's bad.
Aye, and it drags the other one down. It's selfish.
Hey, if anything, my righty is overcompensating. It's working twice as hard.
Oh, I was talking about your kidneys here.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, what is next?
Should teenagers use creatine? Yes. That was an
Yeah.
easy question.
Next one.
Is it bad to drink rapeseed oil while bulking?
No, it's not
I mean,
bad. I don't know why you'd want to drink it, but
It would work, but I wouldn't want to.
just fry something like a normal person.
Just have a full English.
Aye, just bulk up. It's your chance to eat food. Just eat fucking food. Okay. What's next?
What's your guys' workout split / routine?
No, find out for me nothing because shift work's a bastard.
I'm currently doing the Jeff Nippard 5-day full body high frequency routine.
Oh, gotta mute myself.
That's concerning sirens. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Yeah, I'm doing the high frequency full body program by Jeff Nippard at the moment. It's working well. I like it.
Oh, apparently your voice is very different to what Oscar here expected.
Yeah, well, it's a very affected accent. I hate the way I sound normally.
Well, we can't all have this lovely piece of work.
I mean, it could be worse.
Okay.
Are you going to take the sharp shoulder pain occasionally after workout?
Let's have a look.
I get a sharp shoulder pain occasionally after workout, and I think the internal and external rotation exercise might be the issue. I do 2 sets of 15 before every workout with the lightest band I can find. Any recommendations to fix this?
I'd say rest it, go back again. If it doesn't ease off even after a few deloads, then definitely go see a doctor. Simple as that.
You also have to keep in mind when it comes to especially rotator cuff exercises, people just don't really do them really well, especially if you're a beginner. So I suggest if you kind of question your form or anything for it, just post it in the form check so we get a little bit better idea.
Look up your infraspinatus.
Yes, your sits muscles. A lot of people mess it up. They just don't know what they're doing. So keep that in mind.
Bulk up your infraspinatus. Because that's the muscle that's strained in 90% of rotator cuff injuries. So don't let it be weak and die on you. Okay, next one. Extremely overworked arms. Try to grip less tightly, but if you're feeling pain in your underarm, it could be due to a lot of things. The thing is, every finger is connected to one muscle in your, more than one muscle in your forearm. So it could be just from one finger, it could be from one set of fingers, it could be from anything. So what I'd say is just in daily life, do some pinching work. See what grasps make it worse, which ones make it better, because then you can get a kind of feel for what's really causing it. If you really struggle with it though, maybe take a wee break, see if that helps, and then go back.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, next one. I do read, not too much, and I don't play games.
So I try to read every day, just because I really enjoy books and novels. I generally read about 40 to 50 pages a day.
I'm reading the Duke Elder Guides to Ophthalmology.
That does sound a lot more intense than what I'm reading.
Just maybe that.
Well, I at the moment I'm reading a novel. It's actually the debut novel by an author called Stuart McBride. Scottish guy, called Cold Granite. About a child murderer in Aberdeen.
Oh shit!
I mean, it's fiction, so you know. But it's a really cool book. I'm really enjoying it. Like I say, I try and read about 50 to 60 pages a day. I think I've read 10 or 11 books this year. Some of them have been really short. Like one of them was like 80 to 90 pages. So some of them aren't really difficult, but the rest have been quite cool.
Okay, quickly just get answer Pi's question here. see a physiotherapist. I can help with that.
Yeah, fair.
So title, those are shin splints. That's a very common problem. If you just slow down and restart, they'll tend to go away.
Yeah, I got shin splints because I'm, fat. And I managed to get rid of them just by slowing down. Just run a little bit slower. That's basically it, and they stopped.
Wait, you can get sick of them, but that's more of an individual thing. That's not a thing that they tend to cause. It's usually just the caffeine. If you're not used to caffeine and not doing something after it, then maybe you can get a bit of a headache. But no.
Yeah, I've had pre-workouts before and then had to cancel my workout and felt crap afterwards. Like, it's relatively normal, especially if you're having something that has a lot of caffeine or has a lot of other ingredients in it. It will upset your stomach a little bit if you're not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, it's relatively normal. I wouldn't be worried.
Okay.
Are Barcelona winning the Europa League cap?
No fucking clue.
Are they in the Europa League? No, they're in the Champions League, right?
I have no idea. I mean, I can ask my girlfriend. I mean, her father supports Villarreal.
They're in the
I think
Europa
they're in
League.
UEFA.
Wow, I didn't realise they'd slipped that far down. If they're in the Europa League right now, they'll probably win the Europa League. But I didn't realise they'd been kicked down to the Europa League. Ooh, yeah, that's why. They've got a good chance of winning, I reckon, just because it's Barcelona. But you never know what will happen. It's the Europa League. It's Europe. Anything could happen.
Yeah, unlike when England plays, when we know they're just gonna fuck it up at the last minute. Too close to home.
Thoughts on pre-workout for teenagers?
I mean, sure. If you're old enough to drink coffee, you're old enough to take pre-workout. Just don't be down it in 17 shots a day.
$17 shots of pre-workout. Ouch.
I mean, that
You
would
should
be...
have seen the amount of coffee I used to drink when I was on night shift in the COVID ICUs.
I drink too much coffee.
It was not sustainable.
I'm not Sweden. I'm not Sweden. I've drank
No,
too
you're
much.
Finland. That's even worse.
I'm not from Sweden. The name is a bit of a weird mismatch. Every time someone misspells my name, I change a couple of letters. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it.
So now he's Skerpa.
Well, actually, if anything, it would be pronounced more like Stotter.
The thing is, I'm reading that A with an umlaut as if it's German.
Yeah, it's not like that at all.
Mm-hmm. If you read it like it's Gaelic, then it's just wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's a double T after it, so it would be a short vowel, and the A with the weird circle above it would be an O, so it'd be Stotter. But it's just a weird name. I can't really describe it.
It's just weird.
And yes, the accent is a fraud. We've been over this twice. It's affected. I'm basically acting.
Unlike mine, which is genuine that you're stuck with.
So, how do I get the bar to not hurt my neck when squatting? I assume you mean squatting. You get used to it. It's the worst possible answer, but you will just get used to it. Mine, if I don't set up correctly, sometimes if I'm doing really high percentage squats, I'll get like a bit of a hard skin on the back of my neck, like callus. But generally, you just get used to it. It's fine. your heart, you will just have to like grow up and get used to it, unfortunately.
Probably want to pay attention to how you're holding the bar too.
True.
I think
Yeah, no, that's a fair point.
Another post on form check kind of question usually helps you kind of clean up any issues you might be having. But yeah, like in the beginning, it's gonna hurt, you know, like anything you do or bar you place that you're not used to. It's a lot of people that do the, what's that thing called? The hip bridges with the barbell, which
The
Hip thrusts.
hip thrusts.
hip thrusts. Yeah, it's gonna hurt in the beginning for a lot of people, so you're gonna have to get used to it.
But yeah, if you want to also like post a form check video, that would also be fine. Because obviously sometimes you put the bar on like too high on your neck or too low on your neck.
The answer to most of these questions is if in doubt, send a form check.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, for a lot of movement questions, is usually just based on my experience seeing people exercise and training. They're doing things wrong, unfortunately. So never rule that out. Actually, always consider that before anything else.
Yeah.
Rick James is going to sleep.
Ooh.
Keep forgetting that everyone in this server apparently is not in the United States.
We are very Europe heavy. Yeah.
Do we
You're
have
all by
the
yourself
demo
now.
analytics? I need to see these analytics. I swear it's a majority American, United States, but they don't engage, I guess.
Lots of bot accounts, that's what it is.
Yeah, I forgot to get rid of those, and then it's too big of a number now, so I kind of had to leave it. All right, let's see. I just pulled up the
11
demographics
p.m.
here.
GMT, that would be what? Hold on, let me work this out, because 9 a.m.
Sure.
9 a.m. your time was 5 p.m. my time. So that's 5,
bad.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6 p.m. So it would be about 3 p.m.
Ah, you're wrong. It's 3:02.
Ah, what a shame. 2 minutes off.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so
It's
always funny
it's
when
3 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to answer for you.
No worries. 32% is the highest if you don't consider other as a country.
I mean, other
So-
is a very interesting country.
Yeah, other. I think I know a plan for the other.
I think the other is huge. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. No one likes to talk that's from the States where the bots are asleep.
That's because they hear my accent.
Well,
and
it's
they don't know
because-
what the fuck I'm saying.
That's because you've stopped paying the bots, that's all.
No, Scots,
That is
they're free
me.
Russia. Come on, get together.
They're part of the other. How's business going? Are you talking about the other business right now? We're taking a break because we did a big project and really happy with how it turned out. And hopefully we don't have to do anything big moving forward. Kind of funny in a way, like I'm trying to kill the business almost because I don't want to take more of my time. But it's gonna be in a cruise control, I want to say, after a year is over.
I'm more than welcome to take over if you wish to like hand it over to me.
Oh, yeah. As am I.
It's a good business, but at the same time, you gotta follow your passion, kids. So I'm gonna stop there. I'm just gonna cruise it out.
Good
It's still
idea,
gonna
pal, good idea.
it's still gonna make some money, but of course, you know, it's all right. Enough of this. I don't want to talk about it. It's the past.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair
Hey,
enough.
everything's the past
Yeah.
until it isn't.
Just think,
Yeah.
you I'm always here if you need a hand.
Yeah, I think-
You know, if your voice breaks or anything, just
Actually, you never
also
know.
Here for
just get a DM from you saying, "Hey, I've lost my voice altogether and I need this video out."
I always thought it, not always, but I think about it a lot where, like, hey, maybe I can start sourcing it out, but Is it gonna piss people off? I don't know. We'll see.
Right here.
It
Right
probably
here.
will, but I'll still kind of try and shill myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So I could be that weird channel experiment that happens from one video but no one ever talks about after the channel goes.
I'll just create a secondary character just for your voice. And he'll just come
Exactly.
out of nowhere and start talking about random.
A wee triangle, another triangle that just goes into a kilt.
Favorite breakfast protein? Obvious egg. Breakfast protein, I guess sausages for me. That came out weird, but it's okay, yeah. I'm pretty good with, I usually don't have breakfast, to be honest. Let's just make that clear. I'm more thinking about just my lunch. But if I had breakfast food, yeah, eggs and sausages. Pretty simple.
Also, MC there said I have to date now, so it's now gospel. Because we sound exactly alike, so.
Yeah, but MC is the helpful that we ignore the most, so. He's the token helpful. And I'm not just saying that because I'm scared of his numbers, at the fact that like he's 40 kilos lighter than me.
Is there a way to see like nickname history all the way back from when they joined the server? I want to see
Yes, there is.
people's actual progression.
Or at least I
Be
think
very
you can
cool.
see the last 5.
Yeah, I remember the last 5. I figure someone like MC's updating it every 24 hours or so with how he's progressing.
I mean, he is a freak with that kind of
Yeah.
numbers to body weight ratio.
I don't believe you. Let's check your update status. Pretty good numbers for old numbers, I'll tell you that.
I'm not sure. Well, I was about to say I'm not sure I could do 230 deadlift, but I did it just last week by accident.
Accidents, yeah, but you know.
Well, I had a bit of a brain fart and I misloaded the bar.
Accident.
Of course.
Like,
of
oops, I'm
Right.
strong.
I mean, I'm not, but I'll take it.
I accidentally
it's
loaded 6
very-
plates and I hit it.
It's very unlikely to be misplacement. It's more likely than not it's because you're doing a lot of stress on your legs, like you're saying. Probably, I feel like I'm a broken record here. Take a break, get back to it, see how you feel.
I mean, I was meant to be at the gym tonight, but my knees were feeling really weird.
Yeah, take a break, get back to it, see how you feel.
So,
It's the best medical advice.
I'm having an extra day off because I was meant to be squatting like 92.5%.
Mhm.
And when you're squatting 92.5%, I don't really want any kind of weirdness in my knees.
I thought first thing you were about to say 92.5 kilos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but no, I think it would be what's 92.5%? That would be 222.5.
Mm-hmm.
For it was only a set of 2
At 92.
for 92.5%. Is yeah,
Yeah.
but a heavy double.
Awesome. And see,
So
believe it or not,
I'll be doing that
I-
tomorrow instead.
and
I know
see, if
Ward
you know the
asked
sort of
earlier.
things that they've been letting me do in the hospital, it would be a true shocked Pikachu face. Yeah. You don't want to know.
Will we ever see a face reveal? I wasn't dodging a question, by the way, Mr. Corgi. I was just skipping it, which is different.
Yes, you will,
Like
but
we
not
normally
this.
say. You know, if it happens, it happens. It's nothing. It's not like I don't care to. I like my privacy, and I'm not sure. I mean, I understand why people are so interested, but at the same time, is
Like, yeah, I get it.
I'm like, yeah,
I'm a little bit interested as well.
yeah, of course.
I'll never
I mean,
ask.
people-
I'll never ask the question, but I am a little bit interested.
I'll tell you this. I don't really care, but you know, I do like privacy, and there has been, which is very strange. Try not to do this if you're a normal human being. I had people DM my private Instagram before, and yeah, don't do that. Just relax, dude. Just enjoy the content. And that's all. I mean, it's kind of my fault in a way because there's a giveaway, like as far as like who I am. At the same time, it's like, come on, just relax. If I
No,
show
that's
it
fair. That's fair.
publicly, then cool. If not, then yeah, just enjoy the content, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. My dogs are gonna bark, so I'm gonna mute myself.
Here's the big question: what kind of dogs do you have?
That is the important question. That's the most important question of the day.
Okay, they stop. They're rescue dogs. They're mixed. They're crazy mixed. They're mostly terriers, I guess. But
are they good boys?
They're good. They're great. They bite sometimes, but not me at least. So it's cool. They're good. They're little, 10 pounds, so like 5 kilos for one. The
Oh
other one's
wow,
like
they're
10.
small dogs.
Yeah, there's one that's very small. We got her as a puppy, and then we thought she was gonna get bigger, but she didn't. But it's all good.
My girlfriend and I have a plan to get a golden lab, name it Tenants, and a Rotty, name it Guinness.
Yes. A golden one? Nice.
And also, we're no English. We're just going to teach them in Catalan and Gaelic, just to fuck everyone over.
That would be fun.
Yeah, my studies are hard, but I wouldn't do anything else.
Can we see animated PictureFit real face? Anime PictureFit real face? I've drawn it before, actually, but of course I never said it. It's in the video somewhere. But a lot of times, like, I suck at drawing, of course. But based on people I know. So, like, the girl you see.
Okay.
The girl you see in the video is supposedly my girlfriend that I made up. That actually exists, but I made up in the pictures.
PictureFit saying that he's bad at drawing is like when I say I'm really, really weak.
Oh,
like
humble brag. Guy.
Like, oh no, I'm not strong at all.
No, like I've seen. I'm not like gonna post my stuff online. It's like, hey, look at me. I'm subreddit art or whatever. But yeah, like I draw good enough to get my message across, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
What are my current stats for age, height, and weight? I've shared it before, but I like I like a little bit of privacy. Let's just say that I'm weak now. But
hey, me too.
I get put up.
Okay. Stats about in Gaelic. How does that sound?
What's that?
I'll give them stats about in Gaelic.
Sure.
Chuidiach vet na gastin, va chuidiach vet na chas, no, vrichadiach an chion.
See,
got that recorded, right?
All I heard was just someone like clearing their throat from phlegm. Just a.
Jesus Christ.
I have a scheme, dude. Do you want me to come down and slit you?
You can try.
I'm from Glasgow. You want to risk it?
I have been like reading about the Billy Boys, to be honest, and I'd rather not take the risk.
Also,
I hit the 3-hour mark, boys.
And also, I can hit a B flat 1. Are you sure you want to risk it?
See, that's not fair. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying.
You're crying.
I'm crying as well. I'm crying, and I'm trying.
If you count subharmonics, I can hit like an E1, maybe a D1.
Well, that's just not fair.
No, my bad.
What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know.
I heard you, and then I didn't.
I'm continuing with the curse.
But yeah, it seems the questions have dried up.
Everyone's lurking.
And my
They just
phone
wanna
is
hear
actually
things.
low in battery, so I think it's a perfect time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
How
sounds
often do
good.
you guys have these Q&As? Just whenever we're free, to be honest.
Pretty much.
Yep.
What's really that?
I don't promise anything anymore because I know I'm gonna falter in the Q&As as far as like consistency goes. But I always hope for more, of course. You never know.
Who knows?
Yeah, but no.
Let's see, you guys think adding 130 kilos in all 3 lifts any year possible? Never really squatted, PR 80, deadlift sometimes, 125, and always been benching. 115 and 107 kilos.
130 in a
I
year.
mean,
It's not impossible, but
I mean,
if
your
you
squat has
haven't
a lot of room.
if you haven't
it's
really
not
squatted,
especially.
then if you're only deadlifting sometimes and you've never really squatted, then that's already a good chunk of change right there.
Mhm.
I don't think your
Everything
bench
has
has got
space.
as much room.
Yeah, you that's a pretty high bench considering your other numbers. So I'm guessing you benched a lot.
But yeah, I think it's reasonable. It's on the upper end of reasonable.
130 though, that's a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah.
I'll say, shoot for it, but don't be upset you don't get there. That's a lot. That's a big goal.
There's definitely lots of room in the squat.
Yeah,
Like 80 kilo
do
squat
it.
when only squatting 80 and benching 115. I feel like there's lots of room in the squat.
Yeah, just doing the math in my head, like, yeah, it's possible, but a year is a lot of time, but sure could do many things that pop up. You never know, especially starting off. Sometimes things happen that you might need to take a little bit of break. So go easy on yourself, but shoot for it. 130 kilos, not bad. What's your favorite lift, guys?
Squat,
And muscles to work. Yeah,
Squat.
I figure a squat for you.
legs, squat.
Yeah.
Oh, as much as I have a love-hate relationship with overhead.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
overhead. Ooh, man.
Yeah,
Overhead is a tough one for me.
I have a love-hate relationship with it.
Get them delts. For me, it's deadlift. It's like no question. Unfortunately, it's just so much higher than my squat. I get upset, but at the same time, I'm happy about it.
No, I'm not a fan of the keg. I don't like keg toss. It looks really cool. It's like it's a visually like really fun event, but I don't like it. Never my interest.
Oh no, sorry Scott, I entered you to the Atlas Ball tomorrow.
What was that? Sorry.
I entered you to the Atlas tomorrow.
You being introduced to the Atlas tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm entering you into the Atlas up here.
Okay, sure.
Yep, enjoy.
Yeah. I do really enjoy yoke walks. In terms of like strongman lifts, I think the yoke walk and maybe Atlas Stones, either of those is probably my favourite for strongman. If we're just talking about normal gym lifts, then obviously squat. Log press is always nice, but for some reason I always seem to pass out during log press. Like I have 2 different log press videos where I've passed out after the log press or during the log press.
Ooh.
One
I've
of which
seen a video of someone
it's
else
like-
before doing that. It's scary.
one of which is both my profile banner and a command on the server. Like we turned it into a command.
Nice to see that.
But yeah, I collapsed halfway through a log press. It was amazing.
I think that's it, and I need to
Oh,
be going regardless.
Yeah, I want to get the rest of them actually because there's one more. There's another one as well which I kept saying to Paul that he should turn into a command because I put that on Instagram as well. Well, that was fun. That was that one where I managed the lift and I got it back onto the rack, but then collapsed a little bit. I am breaking Rule 5 so many times during this entire call.
Tough times.
You're just going to have to ban me. I'm sorry.
Indeed.
Oh man, that one was tough.
Sorry, not sorry.
To get it going now, so I'll leave you to it. And enjoy the rest. It's been good. Ouch.
Bouncing, you leaving?
Yeah, I'm announcing my leaving. Ouch, no goodbye. So sad.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at the video. Threw me off. But yeah, thanks for the Q&A. That was a long one. Two hours
indeed.
and was it 50 minutes? Jeez.
Well, it's 3 hours almost, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you guys shot for the stars. So that's great. But yeah, thanks to both of you for the Q&A as always. I know it's only been 2, but it's still more than anyone else for a while. I know Annie does a lot too. So hopefully we can have both of you back on whenever you guys feel like it, and I'll try to be on as much as I can be.
Yeah, definitely.
I was here for all 3 hours, so that was nice.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Smashing.
All right.
Scott, what do you want to do? You want to tune it out? You done?
I should probably sleep by this point because it's getting close to midnight.
Sounds good.
Right, see you later.
Yep.
Yeah. I know, I'm just going to say real quick, I can get a few questions. You guys want some questions? Because I just want to warm up my voice, and I'm going to speak a little bit louder. So if you guys have any questions, there's only 11 of you guys, so I don't anticipate any questions. But I'm going to go back up. I saw a few tags, and I'll check it out. And yeah, that's it. And then we'll see what's up. You guys don't stick around, though, Scott. If you guys want to cut your recording down and go to bed, totally cool.
Alright, well, I'll see you later then.
Yep.
All
See you
right,
later.
guys. Okay, where are we? So I know I saw the question from Pim earlier about in terms of privacy you don't want to share, but what are my PR numbers? I do share my PR numbers sometimes, but normally it's within the helpful group, because I do want to keep that privacy for the most part. I'm not trying to hide anything really. It's just more so I just like keeping to myself a lot, and like you guys know, I make videos with just drawing, so I'm not like your other influencers and YouTubers and fitness that care so much about giving you guys all that extra personal information. To be honest, I like the privacy for the most part. So apologies if you expected more. Any other questions? No worries, you guys don't have questions. I'm more than happy to just chat with you guys or just chill. Like, I can start the recording now if I needed to, but I did want to see if I can wake up my voice a little bit. It's been tough. A lot of allergies lately. I can feel right now both my nostrils are pretty stuffed, so I don't know how this video is going to sound exactly. I know it might sound different on Discord, but when I record it, it is very clear to me it's different, but we'll see. Tell us the story of how you adopted your first rescue dog. The first one we got was back in 2017, I think. Yeah, so I just moved in with my girlfriend at that time in 2017. First apartment together. We actually had 2 roommates. So we're 2 couples in an apartment, a three-bedroom apartment. And that's where I started really honing in on PictureFit. But at the same time, since I moved in with my girlfriend, we did want to have some sort of companion because a lot of times we're busy, even for ourselves, and we kind of wanted something to keep us connected. So a dog made a lot of sense. Just 'cause it's like something that we can both kind of claim as our own and something we take care of. So February, around Valentine's Day, February 15th, we got our dog, and we went to the rescue. Actually, funny story is that we didn't look for the dog that we got now. We actually called someone like a few days before, and they said they're gonna have a meetup for the dog with multiple people interested for this. It was like a really young dog, like maybe a 3 months old, and then they brought this dog to a PetSmart, which is a pet store, of course, here in the States. And then we saw it, and it was a really cute dog, but there was like 10, 12 other couples actually that was also seeing the dog. They were also interested. So we had no shot because the person that was selling the dog pretty much wanted someone with experience with dogs. And I was like, what? And then of course we didn't have any dogs by that time. So we were kind of sad that we didn't get that dog, and we thought it was really cute, but it did look like it was going to grow pretty big. So it kind of worked out that we didn't get the dog, because then we end up going to I think five different rescue what's it called? We went to five different rescue pounds, and we couldn't find any dog that we wanted until the last one. So this was like a 7-hour endeavor that we went to different pounds looking for a dog, and just getting like disappointed, and then finally the last one, which was about to close like 3 minutes, and we went in there just really quickly just to see the dogs with no expectations, and then we saw the dog that we have now, and then we're like he's perfect, and then we picked him up, and that was the beginning of a good time, because yeah, we love the dog. He's awesome. He's a really good dog. And then we decided to get another dog maybe in 2019, I think. So about 2 years ago. She's pretty young. And we did not expect to get a puppy, but we ended up getting a puppy. And we almost gave her back because she was really, really troublesome in the beginning, because we didn't know what the hell we were doing. But glad we kept her because she's freaking awesome too. So yeah, so that's the story of my two dogs, our two rescues. They're awesome. They make a lot of noises in the background, so when I record videos, I had to redo a lot because they're always making noises, which is cool. But at the same time, it gets a little tough. Like, stop moving, because I really gotta sometimes record and they just move a lot. That's cool. Would you consider legitimately doing a podcast with Stata and Co? I'm totally down. So everything is tentative, but I do want to do something that involves other people, not necessarily as experts, but I even thought about just involving viewers. Like this other content is not, it's not even going to just be PictureFit. It's going to be like you said, podcasts, or something that people can listen to without actually having to watch me draw my drawings and to follow along, just like podcasts. So something along those lines. I wanted to do something like even like a round table of just, either it could be like Discord members, the mods, the helpfuls, or we could just talk about different topics, or maybe even invite the members in this Discord, or just viewers in general, and maybe they can share a little bit of story about what they're going through in their fitness, and then we can kind of like, if they need help, we can help them, guide them through, or give our input. So it's I have a lot of ideas as far as what I want to do, because I know the next step for me and for PictureFit is to have other people come in and talk, because I don't want people to rely on just my information, right? So if I can get like experts that you guys already probably are familiar with, but to actually have them voice their opinions, their thoughts, their expertise in certain subjects, I think that'll be perfect. It'll be perfect for the viewer, because it'll give you guys that extra outlet of, hey, let's just listen to one person and think he knows everything, and that's cool. Like, no, you guys will hear from multiple people that knows what they're doing, that I hopefully find the right people that aren't just kind of BS you, and give you guys extra information, extra voices, which I think is very important, especially this day and age where just one person can influence so many people with the wrong information. Not gonna point fingers, of course, but that's how fitness has been for a while now, actually, and it's just got much worse the past year or two. So kind of trying to see a way to counteract that a little bit. And even then, I do have interest to bringing in people that might not be of like-minded individuals that might have difference of opinions, especially things for like keto or intermittent fasting, where they're touting these added benefits that we never really seen in research and so on. And I would love to hear from them too, just to really kind of pick their brain where they're coming from and give them a chance to share what they think is true. And then I'll probably challenge them with questions that kind of push their buttons a little bit and see if what they're saying actually stacks up. Of course, whether they're interested in doing that or not, that's another question. So, yeah. Okay, where am I? Thought of holding, promoting. Did I go back up? No. Okay, this is new questions. Thought of holding, promoting a fundraiser, charity on some video time soon. So right now, no, because one, I don't really know any charity that I really support at the moment, because yes, I am a little bit skeptical sometimes about charities that might not be really supporting the things that they say they are, but that's another story. It's more so I don't have a charity that I have in mind at the moment. If anything, since I've been gone for so long, I've been gone for more than a year, my job now is just to get you guys listening again, get you guys content, get you guys learning a little bit more information that I've seen out there that I want to share with you guys. So step one right now is to just be present and actually have content in general, because you guys haven't gotten much at all from me. And especially after the reception that you all showed me when I came back, I want to make sure that when I do come back, I'll give you guys as much as I can first, and all the other extra stuff that I'm talking about, like bringing in experts, those are going to be down the line. So nothing too or nothing that's going to happen anytime soon, but for sure something that is in the back of my mind. I already reached out to a few names, and they seem receptive to the idea. So for sure that's going to happen. Just I gotta do PictureFit first, or I gotta bring you guys back content, and then we'll get to those later on. How do you improve deadlifting if just the bar alone is already maximum effort? Luckily, there are other things outside of the bar, so you don't have to use an Olympic-sized bar right off the bat. So if you first of all, if you're having trouble using just a bar, which is 45 pounds, um, y- you're gonna have to really understand your technique first, because I feel like usually people can start with a bar. So I want to see if it's more of a technique thing that you might be running into. But again, if there are different size bars, you don't even have to start with something with standard grip size. If you're really struggling with just the bar, you just want to get the technique down, and then hopefully you can progress from there. Would you rather do 4 sets of 10 towel rolls or one set of 50 kipping pull-ups? Ooh. To be honest, those towel rolls, man, you never know. Mr. Chang won't lie to us, would he? Never. Never. It was from him, right? What was his name again? Six Packs Shortcuts? That kind of made popular this idea of using towels for rows. Very interesting guy. I feel like now he's kind of like a motivational speaker kind of deal. Whatever, I don't know what he's doing, but interesting paths that people take, right? If you do it through helpfuls, we can all bring our own topic, maybe. Yeah, of course. So I'm guessing that's the round table you're referring to. 100%. I think helpfuls would be perfect way to at least kind of test the waters, especially if you guys. I think a lot of you guys do have a lot of information you don't get to share often enough, and if my outlet allows that, I'm 100% down for it, because again, a lot of times, especially in this server, people look towards you guys more than me, because I'm not here as much, um, and I can't possibly answer all the questions. And then when I see you guys answering questions, especially helpfuls nowadays, you guys have some really good answers. And like even for me, I have to sit like kind of sometimes I'll read a discussion and I think about maybe I can chime in and give my information, but then you guys would give like an answer 10 times better than I was going to give. So I'm more than happy, or more than wanting to hear from you guys more often, not just for like Q&As and all that, but your input is definitely something that's I find very important, especially just knowing how like different a lot of you guys are, and you guys do have a lot of background in fitness, so definitely. Ever tried cringe YouTube voice warm up videos? I want to pretend I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is actually. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Usually warm up videos is actually me reading the script like 10 times before I record. So I guess I'm good in terms of warm up voice warm ups. But this helps too. So it's good to hear from you guys. Roundtable sounds good. I can look at any specific drugs in preparation given my background as a pharmacist. And topic people deem appropriate more than happy. Yeah, 100%. So I'm totally down. The only thing is more logistical, and also just because YouTube is very, what's the word? I think one thing I need to worry about is just like actually having decent mic quality to pick up from you guys, because I feel like a lot of times when I watch YouTube videos, one thing I noticed that people point out is like, hey, you sound muffled or you sound this. Not saying that you guys are gonna have that issue. I just don't know yet, right? So yeah, we can do like just a run, a quick practice run, some sort of mock up, and see if you guys are interested, and then we could kind of record it just for ourselves to listen to and see if we can actually make something out of it. 100%.
Yeah,
Underrated.
I hate
Yeah,
bad mic quality in videos. There's
it,
so many
it's
videos that I've wanted to watch, but the mic quality was really bad, and I've just instantly clicked off.
yep.
It just bugs
So
me too much.
like even if you sort my videos by its Otis, and you watch the older videos, it's not great. It's hard to listen to. Not just because it sounded really weird, because I was trying to sound more friendly in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
and it came out. To me, it didn't come out genuine. But I was like, I'll just start it off. I'm just trying to get some videos out there. So nowadays, I'm a little bit more peppy, you can say, about my voice, but it's like how I usually speak too. Like I just say if I'm just in like a friend setting, I'll probably look more of like saying some weird joke in a weird way than anything. So I'm trying to be more like that and just drop any type of unnecessary professionalism. Seems too contrived a lot of times. So, but yeah, like the quality, it's really important. People know, and you get clicked off very soon if people just don't like how you sound. Voice always been great. Thanks. Thank you. Your voice is hot, my man. Thanks. Thanks, Sinister. I like your profile pic. I think. Is that a cat unicorn? Catacorn?
I think it is.
Good. Alright, guys. Thank you for spending some time asking questions or just hanging out and talking, because it's going to help for sure. Like, if you guys heard how I sounded before the Q&A, I was struggling. I was like, man, I really need to record today, because if I don't get it done today, tomorrow I don't know if it's gonna be better. So right now I feel good. I have like a warm glass of water, and that should help me get going. And hopefully get you guys a video by this weekend. I'm aiming Sunday, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's just say within 7 days, hopefully. POV asking BS to make you talk more. What? Yeah, your mic in 2015 was terrible. Thanks, but it improved a lot at 2018. Thanks. I'm glad there's a year timestamps to really realize the difference. So it actually is important. I watched so many videos on microphone setups, and you guys have no idea how the rooms I'm in and how different it looks after I do mic setups. Like I throw a bunch of things at the walls, and then I changed the mic itself so many times because I keep getting paranoid that it doesn't sound good enough. So the microphone I'm using now, I actually used it like a few years ago, and I thought it sounded good, and then for some reason I thought it didn't sound good anymore, and then I bought a microphone that was cheaper, but it got really good reviews, and I started using it, and then for some reason I told myself this sounds better, and then when I now watch my videos back, I'm like, dude, this does not sound good at all. So of course, like for the most part, people don't care, of course. But for me, like when I go back and listen to it, I was like, why did I switch it out? So I wasted pretty much $300 buying this new microphone that is just sitting gathering dust, and it sucks because that's why I'm trying to like kind of dial back and not worry about the very intricate stuff anymore and just make videos, to be honest. So we'll see how that goes. Warm glass of water. Yeah, I can't drink milk now or whatever. Glass of water. It's cold here. I don't know what weather it is to you guys, but it's fairly cold here. So it's going to help me. That shit slaps. Which mic are you running right now? So it's called the CAD, C-A-D, E100S. And I don't know why it says, but it says USA series. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's just made in USA, I guess. The secret to warm water. Yeah, to be honest, water. I have a lot of water in between my voiceover sessions. All right. Warm water barf emoji. How dare you? It's actually hot water, to be fair. Angry bean juice, aka coffee. I had my coffee. I'm starting to realize that I can't have caffeine late. I used to think that I'm so cool that I can have caffeine like after 5 p.m. But I realize now my sleep is destroyed. I thought it was fine, but it was actually destroyed. So no more caffeine for me. After 5. Or after more like 1 p.m. Creatine safe for teens? Yes. We answered this many times. I'm happy for you guys to keep asking. But maybe we should make a command or like a auto response, like whenever the bot detects creatine and teens in the same sentence or something. Condenser mic, yeah. So as you might know, or other people might know, condenser mics. The only bad thing about it is that it picks up everything around it, so I can't make any other noise when I'm recording, which is very difficult with dogs. Hot water, a bit of lemon, a bit of ginger, some honey. Yeah, definitely, 100%. 100%. Scott, what you still doing here? I thought you were gonna dip, dude.
Yeah, but you know, I get to hear more of your wonderful voice, so.
I'll have 3 minutes and 50 seconds of that on the weekend when the video's done.
Well, I can't wait for that.
Hopefully it comes out then. I'm really crossing my fingers.
I have to get my Picture Chef fixed.
Maybe I should just hop off. You guys are dropping like flies. We went from 11 to 9. How dare you guys leave? I'm just kidding. You guys are more than free to do your thing. 9 people is great. 9, 59, 69, whatever. Any amount of people is cool. Which is one thing I did want to bring up. Like, who knows how to set up a Twitch? Because I have no idea. And when I watch Twitch content, the atmosphere, the culture is very strange.
It's a weird website.
I don't know how to put words to it. So I hope it'll be okay if I ever did something like that. You know, especially with 10 of you guys listening or watching, rather. You guys don't be weird. Or be weird, but not too weird. We were only here for Scott and the Scott. Damn you. Damn you. I'm just lurking listening to my PF podcast. That'll be cool in the future, hopefully. You want to set up Twitch? I would like to just play with it. Because, I don't know. I like games. I play video games. I like to talk. So, I have this crazy idea of just like having other people on as well to talk, to chat, podcast style, you can say. And hopefully other like experts are interested in all that stuff. Maybe we can have that through Twitch. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Live questions do seem a little bit dangerous though. So, maybe not. Maybe. To set it up, press the live button. Does it just set up everything in front of me? Just everything's good to go. I don't have a webcam. I mean, I do, but I might not be able to turn it on for reasons. Watch Casually Explains video on it. Dead helpful for Twitch. I haven't seen his stuff since like 3 years ago, whenever he got big on Reddit, it was so crazy. I was like, whoa, what's this? And then it totally blew up, which is dope. I'm good at the OBS backend stuff. Cool. I don't know the backend stuff. I use OBS when I did YouTube streams, and I guess I know understand that enough, like, you know, setting up scenes and stuff. But I don't know. What if it, like, you guys? I don't know. We'll see. I'll try to set it up. Twitch setup varies a lot based on your software preference. I use is there more than just OBS? If so, then I'm gonna struggle. Unplug the webcam. Yeah, for sure. You can make it to where a role requirement is needed to join in VCs, which shouldn't be too hard to obtain, but it will help. Wait, Twitch has voice chat too? Or are you talking about Discord? Yeah, we have that already. There's a lot more than OBS, but OBS is best. Okay. You can always start and pivot, improve along the way. I totally agree. That's definitely the plan. That is how PictureFit is presently where it is now. A lot of pivoting and hopefully a lot of improving. Yeah, so okay. So I just like throwing ideas out there and see what you guys think. Of course, it's not full consensus, but I do want to see like what anyone else thinks. The idea of like even having just like a personal, it could be like one-on-one or like group chat of like maybe no more than 4 or 5. So it's gonna be me and then maybe like 1 to 4 of you guys in a voice chat. So it's not just like Q&A chat, in voice chat, and then you guys will like talk and tell me about what you guys are going through, what you guys need help with, what you guys think I can help you with. That way, you know, give you guys a little bit more like of a premium advice, hopefully, and that way, you know, maybe we can make that into content as well. So give people an idea, like a chance to be heard from me, of course, and maybe other people if they want to join in, and then we can maybe share that as content, and then that way people can see like, hey, this is cool, like maybe I can join in and do the same thing, or like, oh, they found they could relate to this person that was in the voice chat a lot, and now I have like good information or advice to actually work on my own personal things, you know, just fun things, something more involving, not too involving, but more involving. OBS has 2 versions. One is more customizable. You know what you're doing. I do not. Plug and play sounds good to me. I'm sure 1080 60 FPS is the best quality for any video. Cool. Sounds super fun, but I think it would need a specific topic. Sure, yeah. I think it, like, hey, I'm gonna talk about this today. Who's interested? You know, submit it, or like application, blah blah blah, whatever. Just to weed some people out that might need to be weeded. Twitch caps at 1080. Okay, hi, surely, but let people know beforehand so they can prepare. Of course, 100%. Cool. All right, guys. You know what? It's kind of late now. I appreciate you guys being here, but I was supposed to record like around the time that Scott and the other Scott started, but I kind of got carried away. I just want to join the Q&A, and then now it's 3:50. Wow, time flies, dude. Luckily, this week I told myself to take it easy, so it's not that big of an issue. But I do want to get that video out for you guys by this weekend, or maybe early next week. So thanks for stopping by, as always. Oh, here comes the questions now. Do set up a bodybuilder contest? I'm against that, just because I don't want people to be judged in our community. I don't trust other people to appropriately judge others, and I think that's kind of opening a can of worms when it comes to like that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure there's other ways to do it. It's just more so not a can of worms that I want to open personally. Do you think look forward to your next video? Thanks, Pi. Creatine 100% safe for a 14-year-old. No other things I should take into account before purchasing. You take into account that are you getting enough protein first and foremost. Now, protein normally does not have additional creatine than normal unless it says that it is fortified with creatine. So I would say that if you're still trying to pick out what you need, just supplement-wise, think protein first before you go creatine. Maybe even think pre-workout if your body can tolerate it. But creatine is 100% safe for most, for like vast majority of people. Okay, all right. I think that's it then. I think we're good. Yes, let's stop here before other questions pop up. Scott, thanks for still being here.
Yeah, no worries, man. It's always fun.
I need you to rest though. Gotta work on that sleep hygiene. That was a big topic we had.
I'll manage to get some sleep.
For sure. Thanks, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I see the same names, which is great. Like, you guys really stuck through it, so cool. We're gonna go now. I'm gonna work on the video, and then hopefully keep you posted, and announce it when it's done. Take care, guys. See ya.
Hope you all have a good day, evening, afternoon, morning.